is that whoever did the thumbnail, whoever did it, they wrote down the wrong type of hour. They wrote down our channel. It should have been our channel.
All right, we are live.
That I said that.
Man, it's been so long. It's like been forever since we've actually, been live. So, as you guys can see, T-Pass is on the other screen right now.
What is up with it?
And we got a special phone caller in right now. Can you please let us know who you are and where you're from and what you possibly did?
I'm Anthony, but I didn't do nothing.
Which Anthony? Anthony Greeno?
Stanky.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Shouldn't have given out your last name, bro.
Yeah, man. So where do you live, Anthony with an S?
Houston.
Oh, man.
Okay. Yeah, you put it in. Anyways. Anyhow.
What's up? It's been so long, and I bet you people have questions. Where have we been? What have we been doing? And we're going to answer to some of those questions. So I'm excited.
Now, before we get into that, though, that's like the latter part. You got to open up with the update. This is going to be an update on where we're at, why we're behind.
Yeah, man. We
and what our plans are. And some of these plans will wait unless there's a comment about it, because some of it's still kind of in the works. But we've got a couple that we're ready to just tell you blatantly the day we're going to be filming certain things. So, starting off, I guess, an update. Where have we been, Michael? I mean, just go and fill them in.
Well, we've actually been to quite a few different places. Not necessarily like abandoned wise, but we've been heading like straight into like our underwater ventures. From even magnet fishing, drone footage. I also wanted to kind of do that because here recently, the videos that you guys are seeing, the very short videos, is actually footage of some drone. We've also posted a oh man, oh, shoot, I forgot the name of it. A road rage incident. We actually ran into another one that was even worse. But we've just been really busy, and besides all that of what I've listed, it's I've been at work, Tristan's working, Anthony's been working. When some of the stuff that we were going to do several months ago, it had to get put off. Anthony had surgery, Liz had surgery, and then other things just kind of just kept falling into place. And then it's like, oh man.
Yeah. Okay, so on that, I guess we can get a little bit into what our plans are moving forward. We've had plenty of time to think these things over. We've had plenty of time to iron out the details as well. So I think starting off, keep it as simple as possible. We enjoy the Delphi content, but that's not necessarily what we're here for. I mean, it's good that we can use our platform to bring that to the public knowledge. But we don't just do that. We don't just do true crime. We do adventures. Like that's our thing, is that we go to abandoned places. We go to cool places. We got a couple series that we're in the works of scheduling shoots for. But we're really interested in just the abandoned locations and the history behind those locations, and just doing the cool things. Actually going out and exploring, getting out in the world, and just uncovering history that's been lost to the ages. So that's stuff that we're really into. Obviously, nothing will hold a spot in our hearts like the Delphi case, because that literally is what put us on the map. But outside of that, that wasn't the point of us doing it. It wasn't to just farm the content. We got out the information that we thought was needed. We got out the information that we thought would be beneficial to the community to help solve this case. And I think that right now we're just in a standstill. I think everybody's in the same idea. You got people making videos on the content still, but why? Because there hasn't been any new advances. And that's what we're kind of waiting on before we get too crazy with them. I mean, we got, there's a few things that have changed, but I mean, we got other things that we're working on too. We definitely still have a place in our heart for Delphi. Speaking of that, Michael, we have a possible date for us to go and film our search of Deer Creek.
Yes.
What are we thinking? Let me pull it up. We said the 18th?
Yes, we did say the 18th.
And we're talking an all-day trip, right?
Yep, all-day
Something
trip. And since you actually brought that up, I actually wanted to. Today was actually supposed to be the day we actually were going to go to Delphi early in the morning, and unfortunately, on my part, Friday evening, right before I was getting ready to get off work, I was told I had to work Saturday, so I actually I called Tristan. I said, "Yo, man, I got to work," so I actually had to postpone today's trip because originally we were like, "Yeah, dude, we're going to Delphi. This is what we're going to do," and unfortunately, we couldn't.
Yeah. So I guess, obviously, like we said, it's our search of Deer Creek. We're open to posting the information the day before we go on the trip. The time frame will be there, and if anybody wants to come out and help, they're more than welcome. Our plan is just we're going to comb over the Deer Creek. We haven't went out of our way and gotten high budget metal detectors just yet, but eventually there'll be a second return trip. But before it freezes over, we need to get out there and, every year, we've got more evidence going to waste possibly in the water. So
Yes.
instead of sitting around waiting, we're going there and we are fine combing the majority of the area. We will return at some point with a full-fledged high-powered metal detector to retrace our steps, retrace their steps, and see if we can find anything. I mean, not even just in the river. You spend enough money on a good metal detector, I mean, you're gonna be able to search the ground. So we'll be able to go in the air vicinity of where the girls were found. We'll be able to comb this area pretty well.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
Yeah, dude, we wanted, and we actually want to invest in one that's really going to
make it as accurate, because this is, I mean, it could be a life or death situation if this killer isn't found in a few more years. I mean, we could have another situation. So that's not necessarily a reason to do it, but it's definitely a reason for us. If we're going to do it, we're going to invest our time. We're going to do it right.
Yep.
And we'll document the process, not just to post to YouTube, mainly for our own personal liability reasons. But outside of that, yeah, we will publish the content so that anybody that's investigating this case can see where we're at with it. If we don't find anything, or we don't find anything of even interest that would even make a video, I mean, it probably won't even get published. If we search the river for 3 hours and find literally nothing except for shells, yeah, it's probably not going to go up, if I'll be honest with you.
That's right.
I mean, at least I'm not going to sit there and edit that much content. I mean, maybe like a 5-minute clip of us just searching, but it ain't gonna, I'm not sitting through, hours of footage for us to find nothing. I feel like that's a waste of my time. It's a waste of the community's time, putting them sit through that video and they find nothing. Obviously there's not really many people watching our live stream right now, but if you are, you can go ahead and comment. We'll review your comments and give you our opinions on the comment right away. I've actually got some comments pulled up from some of our recent videos, mainly from very popular subscribers. But I guess I'll turn it over to Michael. I mean, there's probably a few more things that we can update him on. I know you got other plans. Before you get carried away, I don't want to talk too much about the 2 series that me and you talked about, because those are still in the works.
Yeah.
But I do know that there was some that we can definitely talk about, the magnet fishing stuff. And we did one, and
actually,
I haven't gotten the footage yet from you, but once I do, we'll edit it and we'll get it up soon. But definitely let's bring that up real quick. You can give some information because it's already done.
Yeah. So real quick, on cut open my foot. Shoot. On the magnet fishing, we actually revisited a spot that we've been to. It's actually a old bridge that they closed down. Just didn't really want to spend the money on a bridge that's been sitting there for so long. And when we went there the very first time, we kind of, I want to call it more like it was like more of a training type scenario that we did, you know, with the water, with rappelling down, what we were going to do. The very first time we went, it was more like a training thing, and we actually did film that. But we actually recently went back and we actually magnet fish and even started to do just combing the water, the Eel River. We actually were just combing it. And one of the things that we actually were after, and when we went the first time, we actually saw it, but we had no idea exactly what it was until three of us actually suited up and actually went into the water and was really looking and to see what it is. I think it's like an old, like the paper mailbox that.
No, that's definitely what it was. Definitely a paper box.
Yeah.
So we got
a metal one, and what's really cool is the location where this bridge is. Like it's kind of like it's like out there. So how it got there, I have no idea, but it was just really, really cool to find. That was literally one of the first things that we were trying to just figure out what it was. And when we finally were like, okay, this is definitely what it was, but it's been in there for so long and it's just buried that trying to get it out with the equipment that we had, it wasn't going to happen. But we did get GoPro underwater footage of it, and it just looks really, really cool. So, with that being said, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna comb the river, but I'm gonna go up it. I wanted to walk a little bit more, and that's what I did. And then we ended up discovering a blue plastic barrel. We tried, just to kind of see if we could get that out a little bit, but then again, it was under the water for so long. But it was just really cool to actually find that stuff. It's like, oh man, that's so cool. And also we had the drone. There's some drone footage of it. But we continued to keep combing up the Eel River, and we kind of got in this like little section where it's nothing but woods, and it's kind of like to me, it was like a weird spot of what all we found. I mean, we found old, I don't even know what they're called. I want to call them pots, but they weren't. We found, I think it was a can crusher from like way back in the old times, but I had really no idea exactly what it was. That was really cool to find. And then we found an old style Coca-Cola glass bottle that wasn't broken. That was really cool. I ended up losing it because where I found that at, I actually stumbled across a bunch of other neat stuff. And Tristan then came over and we started combing and grabbing more stuff. And then we found literally a bicycle, an old bicycle that had the rim on it, had the tire. Yeah. I mean, it was just really, really, really cool. It was just one of those cool things that like we were like, holy cow.
Hey, if you look at the bottom in the studio, I've actually got it going.
Awesome.
So you can put it up over.
Should I look at this face?
Yeah, you see it at the bottom? Look at the studio. Yeah. You can share that.
Yeah. I'm going to add it to stream right now.
There you go. Is it too quiet?
I can't hear it, but I don't know about anybody else. Guys, this is actually footage. Yep.
Off a GoPro. Yeah.
And I forgot about that. I found a metal barrel as well. I forgot about that. I actually pulled that out of the water. And actually in this video, what I'm walking to is that little metal box. That is what I think is kind of a can crusher, but I have no idea. I mean, it's been so old.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, here. I might even have the bike. I don't remember which clip it was.
Yeah, look at that, man. I even pick it up. Actually, I should get that name down and at least try to Google search it, see what pops up.
Use this one first.
Here, I might overwrite it. Is it still sharing?
Yeah. Do you want me to remove it?
I think this is when we find the bike. Yeah, right here's when we get the bike.
Yes.
I was really impressed with the GoPro. I mean, it's a little laggy because of the live stream, but it's super smooth over here where I'm looking.
You just slide up.
But yeah, this was some fun
Yeah, I like
stuff
that.
doing. But this is when you get the bike. So this is the propane tank.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Anthony, you still here? I'm sorry, I totally forgot about you, man.
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. Now Anthony
Here-
was also in on this trip, but he was not in the water.
Right here's the bike. You can
Yeah.
barely really see it. It's really clear on mine. But that's you yelling, we got a bicycle.
Yeah. And real quick, guys, anybody who is watching this, everything that we did find in the water was taken out. We did not leave it in the water.
Yeah, we cleaned up our mess. We made sure we did.
That's not pollution.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's fast forward when we actually I record your butt for a hot minute. This is when we pull it up.
Yep, here it is. Here it is.
I think I have you hold it here in a sec, right? Yeah, you. We get it over at the edge. Do I have you hold it? Would I have you hold it originally?
I think so.
I remember. Yeah, there you go. There we go.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Right?
Yeah, that's the bike. Now the front end's gone, but the whole back
Yeah,
was.
the fork was junk.
Now I can't remember, but there used to be a town, not too far from actually where we were, and actually there I am. I'm talking about it.
See, I got some GoPro footage, but I have no clue what it's from. Did I just open it?
Yeah, dude, I would. But yeah, that was the bike that we found. Was this a
Oh,
climber?
this is the original, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
this is the
one-
very first.
the first time we went,
I
must
call
be
this
your
the training
camera,
exercise.
right? Or is this mine?
This
This
one's
must be my
yours.
first.
Yeah,
my
this one's
first,
yours.
My first go with the GoPro. This is the chest rig.
Yes, because he's climbing the bridge.
Is this
By the
you
way,
coming with me?
I don't know if
I think this is when me and you go up here. Yeah, this is when me and
Yep,
you go up here.
yep.
And I don't know if I get a good shot. There we go. This is us magnet fishing from the top of the bridge.
Yeah, and if you actually go to like Wabash County, Indiana, and look up like bridges, this one's actually on there, and how bad the condition of this bridge was. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, you can see my veins are popping. Holy cow. I mean, we had some death grips going on.
Oh
Coming
yeah,
up that thing because we were already slick from being down by the water. And was it mine or yours that got Dakota?
I think Dakota had mine.
Okay, I have it.
So anybody
Yeah,
who is
good throws.
watching this was after we like I said, this is our very first time going here. We discovered the mailbox paper, but at the time we didn't really know what it was.
Oh, you remember this? This is down that by where the bridge used to be with the concrete support still. This is us crisscrossing over. This is the first time we went because the second time I was wearing swim trunks.
Yeah. Wait a minute. From in Whitley County, right?
Yeah, the same down by the bridge that we just were on. Remember the concrete, the beaver dam?
Yeah. Yep. I do remember because
Yeah,
we went back a second time, and I
think it dies, but that's us going across. I don't think I have. Yeah, Cody must have had yours. Is this the time I climbed up and tied off?
Yeah. You tied off, and then we were trying to
get the coated
I ended up screwing up my right wrist over that.
Yeah, so what's this clip? Oh,
Oh.
This is after because I didn't get the original time.
Yes. Okay. Good. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I don't have that. Oh, that's the same one. Okay. What's this one? Oh, this is the chair retrieval.
Yes.
So we found the chair and we threw a grapple down to catch it.
Yes, yeah, I remember that. That was actually the second time we went, and that was actually one of the first things we saw right off the bat.
So I wonder if that chair, it must have been there the whole time, right? Because that's not new. We just missed it the first go round.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
time though, the water was a lot lower, and you even noticed on the other end by the other place that I had the other clip from,
yeah,
the concrete, it was a lot lower. I mean, it was so low that at one spot we got ate up.
yeah. Actually, the one spot by the where you just pulled up that chair, that was that metal beam that ended up moving.
Yeah, and right now here's the box. I think I actually have a clip of the box. I think this next clip here. Ryan and I. This is me getting it on.
Yep. And what he's looking at right now.
That water's so clear on the video. It looks nothing like that on and it's a little jerky. This is our first time using the GoPros, but it was.
Oh, dude, it's really cool though.
It's night and day, and I don't remember.
And we're also filming droning at the time too.
Yeah, and we got Ryan with the pry bar. We're trying to pop some of this stuff off.
Yep.
And Ryan sacrificed a lot because he had just gotten his tattoo. Like he shouldn't be in the water right now because his tattoo is fresh.
Oh, he didn't care.
That's right. He didn't care at all.
Yeah, Ryan has the crowbar. He's trying to do that.
Look at his pepperoni nipples.
Filming a drone. She's filming the drone footage, and I don't know. I'm somewhere. Probably
you went and found that barrel. In fact, I might even. You might be on my right. Yeah, you're over there. You just found the barrel.
Yep.
You're yelling.
Right.
And this is me. This is me getting ready to run out here.
Yep, and we're going upstream. Yeah, I remember that.
This is basically they're getting the whole video and a sneak peek. But
yeah,
eventually I do want to come back here because we didn't get to go. There's a few other spots. That other spot that we were at where the water was low with the bridge. I want to survey that area. There's our dive rig.
There's the dive rig, man.
That we'll be using very. And then this is us trying to lift the barrel. And there's no way.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like I said, Ryan is risking a lot with the whole tattoo thing here. I mean, he's like right on the edge of dipping it. What is this? Let's move forward.
So at this point, Ryan, where you just saw, he was actually trying to.
I might even have
He was in a fight with a little fish that kept trying to bite.
Yeah, I might have it.
He said, but it's so.
I actually have the GoPro footage up close of him actually fighting with this fish, and you see the fish swimming, and he's trying to fight it. It's actually pretty funny, guys.
He ended up kicking it. I think one of them has a video. Oh yeah, there they are. You could see him moving over in this area.
Yeah, he's at the moment trying to fight with these fish because they're literally like attacking him, and it's just hilarious. And while he's doing that, me and Tristan start going. Oh, guys,
way down. I mean, way down.
Oh yeah, and then Ryan started taking the GoPro. I had to try to remove some of that footage that he was doing.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was actually funny. But guys, this is kind of what we've been doing during like our off time.
Yeah, off and on.
Yeah. Just doing water adventures, and we've been taking photo shoots, and
there's a fish right there.
Yeah. And then we've been in the works. We've been in the works, guys. We actually have a.
This is when he's getting in a fight. It was back then.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm fast forwarding through. This is me coming to you.
Yes.
This sucked. This is right here is what got me to buy my wetsuit and the boots and all that stuff because these rocks were bad, bro.
Yes, I was the only one during this trip that I was actually suited up. I had my rubber shoes on. As you can see, Tristan and Ryan, dude, they were just like, they were just, hey man, it's like they're just going swimming. That's what it was, except for
it's not deep enough for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was one spot where I ended up rubbing my ribs bad.
Oh yeah, dude, it looked like you just got out of a paintball match. And
it was
rough.
Real quick, hang on, guys, give me 1 second.
I had to head off really quick.
Okay.
All right. Real quick, guys.
right,
Also,
you guys.
see you, Antoine. I wanted to hurry up and show you guys our four-legged new recruit who's also going to be joining us on our
Next one.
recent ventures and other stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and pop up a little picture. It's probably going to be very hard for you guys to see it at first. Let me see. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you Apollo. He is our trainee and process, but he's basically worked his way up to where he's ready to actually go on some trips. And I wanted to introduce him earlier, and I totally spaced out about it, so I had to hurry up and pop him in there. But as you guys saw from what Tristan just popped up, guys, that's some of the stuff we've actually been just doing.
I got one for you.
Oh yeah, here we go. Why we actually had like the opportunities, because like I said, guys, we've been real busy. Usually it's just a phone call. Hey man, I can do this. Can you squeeze that in? And and half the time it was, God, man, I can't do that. I won't be able to. But the chances that we did do, we just tried our hardest to just, yeah, man, I can do this. Okay, man, cool. And that's what we got to do.
So this video that I got lined up for you is gonna solve a few of our issues. We had a few comments about someone who thought that the people that we mentioned in one of our podcasts talking below the bridge was the day of the murders. That is inaccurate. In fact, this video is from, let me pull up properties. It is from, I'll pull it back up.
Whatever you can find.
September 2020.
Look in the fridge.
So this is from like literally last year. This is 1 year ago.
All right.
So whenever you pull it up, I'll press play. But this is Michael
It's up.
and Michael and Ryan. This is some grainy quality. But this is them crossing the bridge. And there's people down here on the left that Ryan's like talking to. Can you hear the audio on this, Michael?
No, man, I can't hear any of the audio on it. Let me see if I can't.
I don't think you probably can. I don't know if it's something that I can change. But yeah, here, like it's this is me.
Yeah, and like Tristan said, guys, we didn't use GoPros during this. This is our very old cameras that we were using.
No, this is over a year ago.
Yeah.
By the time I got it, it was over a year ago.
And that was actually the first time Ryan actually ever crossed the bridge.
Like fully. And I don't think that I went all the way across with you too. I also went underneath the bottom with you too.
Yes, that was during the winter. We actually did with your brother. We did I call it the suicide winter Delphi trip, where we actually crossed over Deer Creek when half of it was not even frozen. I mean, and
this
I don't know.
You talking to the guy down below. This is when you're and I can hear the audio. I don't know if they can, and I don't think you can apparently.
No,
this is you're yelling, "Hey, can you give us a clip of you yelling? Subscribe to Wild Moments with Michael," and they go, "No."
Yeah, dude,
like, very mean.
Not happy.
Yeah, he was not happy. And this is me. I'm giggling the whole time. Like, this guy is insane. Yeah.
Hang on, T-Fast.
You're good. I let him watch it. I wish I could make sure my audio is shared. I don't know how to make sure that happens, but it's all good. I think maybe only my if I share my whole screen, it will let me share audio. But originally they started off crawling because we didn't know that people were down there until they had gotten to the other side. And they actually came from below. So they came around the bottom and came back up at the top. And they were coming back to us from the opposite side. And like I said, this is very grainy footage. This is an old handicap. It's just like an old camcorder from like 2008. It's old. But they're out there. They're walking back. And the people are down. And Anthony's the one recording this clip, actually. I think this is what I asked because we're trying to. So Michael played it off. Once the people saw them, Michael's like, I'm just helping this guy cross the bridge. That's what they were doing. And it doesn't make it easy. Like you can see Michael had like no issue crossing the bridge. Ryan's first time, he's already, screwing himself in his mind. Outside of that, he's carrying a backpack with all of our medical, like almost all the medical supplies, because they were the only ones going out. We stayed back and we did a few shots back at the beginning of the bridge. But when they went down, he had like the majority of the medicals. He had a bunch of helmets, a bunch of other equipment that he was wearing on his back. So Ryan had a harder time crossing this bridge than Michael did, just based on the amount that he's wearing a backpack. And at that time, that was the utility backpack that I had in my car that we put on any of the pack mules following Michael or I, because it's got the medical supplies and everything. And so not only is he getting screwed, I'm gonna kill the clip, Michael. But not only is he getting screwed because he's walking his first time and he's screwing himself in his mind, but now he's also carrying like 40 some pounds of gear on his back. Like it was a full backpack. I mean, it had crowbars, axes. I mean, literally I don't even know why they had all that stuff, but it was just a utility bag. If we would need something, that was the one, carry one bag, you're good, and that was always the theory. Now we've split them up into like specialized bags. In fact, Michael, if you take over for a sec, I'll grab mine real quick.
All right. So, as you guys saw in that video, that was us crossing the bridge. That was Ryan's very first time crossing the bridge. And since he's bringing up the bags and medical bag, that's actually very useful. We actually had to use it once on me when we actually went to Delphi, but Tristan had a bike, and I ended up busting my knee real bad. It was bleeding real bad, and we ended up having to wrap my knee up. And I actually might have been on that clip. Not me busting my knee up, but just my knee being nappy. Yeah, I can kind of hear you, man. Not too bad.
I can turn me up. Is that better?
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Okay. So this bag has become our water adventure bag, at least for me. So it's got some flippers, but no longer the medical bag. We have specialized bags now. So like this one is I'm taking on any water adventures. I have another bag that's just got GoPro equipment in it and like some small utility stuff. Then we've got a medical specialty bag. So like in this one, in this main pouch right here, the buckles, we've got, and behind here, I've got, I think the whole wetsuit, my whole wetsuit, and my boots. All in this one. I got my wetsuit, my boots, all that stuff. But we've changed. We've got specialty bags. Michael's got a film bag. Michael, you can't be doing that on camera. I've got a film bag as well. And then I've got the specialty medical bag, which we've used, as Michael, I believe, said when the time he wrecked out. And on Ryan and on me on the trip where we went in the water.
Oh yeah, dude. I
split my toe open. I slipped my toe open. Anyways, Michael, I don't know if you've seen these, but I got me a pair.
Dude, I actually have some black ones too. Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
And I wear glasses, as people can probably tell. So I had to get very creative with one of my things that I'm dealing with here. And that one thing.
Yeah, because when we went, he didn't have prescription goggles. She had an extra
set. I didn't have prescription goggles, and I haven't bought prescription goggles. So I have partially jerry-rigged a system. And I just got to get this little dot so that I got glasses inside my mask. Yeah, I don't know where I can put it where it's not going to be so good.
Yeah, dude, I can see it.
And it's got the snorkel, so it's like a full face mask with the connection at the top for a GoPro. So you'll see eventually I'll wear glasses, but I ended up, and I'll just show you what I did. This is a controller extension, like for the end of a joystick, for like a PS5 controller. And then I had to take my glasses. My old pair 2 years ago. And I just went and cut the ends of them off. I actually melted them using a very hot knife, and then it leaves some wire in there that I cut with side snips. But yeah, I've got we improvise and overcome,
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
so that's the whole game, man. But yeah, I actually used it and I tried it out and it works phenomenal for what we put for, especially for what I put into it. But it was just the effort that at that point for me.
Okay. Am I too loud or am I good?
Yeah, you're good. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Oh, you're good. You're
Take
good.
over.
Am I taking over now? What's going on? Who's in charge? I don't know what he's doing. Anyhow, I said that's enough adventure related talk for a hot minute. What I can definitely do is pull up. I don't know if I can pull them up per se, but I definitely have some comments that we'll go ahead and hit real quick. And let me see how many people we got watching the stream right now. Okay, 4 people watching, and one of them is me. So, anyways, you guys are probably watching this later on, anyhow. But one thing we definitely got here.
I was hoping I could find, a cup, but I couldn't find a cup.
You good, Michael?
Yes, I tried to find a cup and I couldn't. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I showed him my stuff.
There we go.
There you
There he is. There you are, man. Sorry, actually.
You're good. You're good. I think that that pretty much wraps up what we've been up to, what we've got, what we did, what we improved. A few other improvements we did was vehicle wise. Have they seen your Black Explorer yet? I don't know if we've released a
No,
video.
I actually have recently done a photo shoot with it because it was one of the things that was brought up. Hey, you haven't done a photo shoot with your new Explorer yet, and I said okay.
Yeah, so Michael did that. I went through and ran into all kinds of problems with mine. Anyways, I ended up lifting it, and I got to go get new tires on it. But we're improving a few of our equipment, and we're finally starting to hit our slow season. Michael's not always as busy during the winter. We've got holidays coming up, so we've got longer weekends. We've got room here for a lot of good adventures coming up. Like I said, we've got one that we're planning on big, the Delphi one, but we've got a handful of other things that we just want to go do. We went out and got this underwater equipment. Well, there's plenty of places for us to go search, and I'm thinking beyond. Geogga Lake, one of them.
Dude.
I would love.
How long has that been planned for? And we've just
3 years because it was back when I still worked at Big R.
Yeah, man. We had a trip planned out 3 years ago, guys, and we still haven't been able to accomplish that trip.
We probably should do more research because I know at the time it was getting bought out by like Meyer or something like that.
Yeah, dude, they were doing construction.
We're gonna have to do research on it. But outside of that, man, I want to go to River Ridge again. I want to do some water exploration, and I want to do some metal detecting exploration there. That's later on, and a couple other things. It would be awesome to do a 24-hour like camp there. I would love to spend the night in River Ridge, dude. I just go up to the top of the tower just to eat dinner, bro. Canned beans, bro, hobo style. That would be amazing. It'd just be so fun, and that's I'm in for something like that. Obviously, the Geogga Lake one.
Yeah, we have Bloomington.
That was like all my thing. You're like, oh, I heard about this one thing. I was like, dude, we're going there at some point in time.
Yeah, and what's crazy is around Java Lake, there's actually another location that I want to go to. That I actually researched when we were back working together at Big R, and I was like, dude, I want to go there. And it's just
are you talking about the zoo?
The toxic Walmart.
Oh, you've been there before, haven't you?
No, I wanted to, and I was in a debate, and then I was like, you know what, I could do that, or I could do River Ridge, and just River Ridge is just so,
dude, by far, just off the history that we uncovered while we were there.
Yeah, dude, it's just
River Ridge was by far. I don't think you can beat it.
Yeah, wash it.
And it sucked that we lost so much footage. But and what were the chance? Our return trip to River Ridge, even take that for example.
I know how.
Here, give him a sec.
Water. Used water.
Anyhow.
Here, let me see it. Let me see it. Is that yours or is that your mom's?
I guess we move on to one thing real quick. You ready? Or you got
Yeah.
something going on?
Yeah. No. Hang on. I just gotta.
Mine.
You got that. You got that.
I hope that wasn't heard on the audio. But
Who's this?
that's part of my shoe. It ripped off today. Here you go. Your straw's good. It's in your drink. Hey, there you go. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, about the River Ridge thing. Yeah, man.
And I mean, just take that. I mean, River Ridge has been fate for us ever since. First of all, the fact that we just stumbled on it, barely even knew about it.
Yeah.
You went in, you did your little research. I went deep dove because I was like, this is the ticket, man. This is like the adventure of adventures. And you told me about this water tower. I'm like, I need to climb that thing. I want to climb that thing. You're like, well, it's locked up, it's caged up. I was like, dude, we are climbing that thing. Like I was like,
and we
adamant.
did.
Yeah.
We did that, dude.
And I'm so bummed that we lost footage, but I mean, just think about it. It's just been fate.
Mom, you just drink it.
It's okay. Go get it.
Like,
Yeah.
you take a handful of our adventures, man. They have just been fate. I mean, in River Ridge, the most of them all. What were the chances that they were going to just have the whole normally abandoned location open for traffic? Like, that is unreal.
Yeah, because the very
would
first
never-
time
that
that
never
I
happened.
went, clearly,
Like-
even in the video, you can tell you can't go there. They don't want you in there.
Yeah.
And
you
then the
take that even
second,
further.
yeah,
People
the second
that live there
time,
that we ran into, they're like, "Oh yeah, this is like never happened before. This is like the first time this has ever happened." I'm like, "Dude, we picked like the best day. I'm gonna go turn this off. You keep going."
yeah, it was literally the second time I went. It would be Tristan's first time. We went during a flood. The whole Ohio River was flooded. They were doing construction too, so the road was closed. And they literally allowed people, because there's a little house addition where people live, and there was a pretty nice house addition. So the only way those people could get to, let's say, stores or gas station, the only way they could get to that was through the old roads of River Ridge. And when we first drove up to it, it doesn't say a sign that says, oh, it doesn't say, oh, pull in here. It doesn't say that. You just see where the main road is. They had it blocked off, and then the gate was open to River Ridge. But we had no idea like what it was. And Tristan's like, Michael, what do we do? I mean, and I said, man,
I was like, "Oh, what?"
yeah, I was like, dude, it's open. I'm going. And then just like, what? You're going? And he followed me, and we drove for I don't know exactly how far. And then we finally
like a quarter
pull off.
mile in,
Yes.
because it was all uphill.
Yes.
Like, I mean, steep
And-
stuff. And it's crazy. Like when they say like ridge, they're not lying. I mean, it
No.
was like 150-foot drop off this, just a cliff.
Yep.
And up on the cliff was like all these buildings that are abandoned. The only reason that those abandoned buildings weren't washed away in the flood is because of their elevation. Then
Yep.
you take that plus the like what, probably 200 foot, 300 foot water. It was probably 300 foot.
Yeah, man.
It was big. I mean, it had like literally like a strobe system up on top. Like it was high enough that airplanes needed to know where it was. We were up way high to the point where you couldn't hear a thing.
Yeah, it was so
like-
peaceful, dude. It
And
was.
I'm so mad that none of our GoPros captured it. And I don't know if it was because the elevation or because it died. But dude, I'm telling you, it was like it went from being so windy and loud from the wind blasting you. I mean, you can tell them. I mean, there was actually points where the rungs were cold because of how much wind had been blasting them. And I mean, it was just windy. Your shirt was thwapping. You could see it in the shadow. And then we hit the top, and it was just dead silent. No wind, nothing. The only thing you'd hear would be like gunshots, like miles out, or like the airplanes at the airfield way out where. But it's just dead silent. I mean, there'd be cars driving, 500 foot below you, and you wouldn't hear a thing. They couldn't see us once we got to the top, at least. There was a couple times they definitely saw us climbing.
Yeah, dude, it was definitely really cool. And actually, when we climbed that water tower, there's actually a section that of houses and a road that when you're actually on foot or even in a car, you can't see it because the trees and stuff are overgrown. You actually cannot see it. And when we climbed Mount Water Tower, there was literally a whole lane of houses that were still standing
We just couldn't get.
a road, and we're like, whoa, man, I didn't even know that was there. I mean, it was just, we could see everything.
And there was one spot that we were getting towards, and I think we got skittish. I think with the fact as open as it, I mean, we weren't supposed to be where we were at the time.
Yeah, yep, that's true.
But with the fact of where we were, I mean, I would have loved to push a little deeper. That's just me, man. And I'm bummed we got skittish. And in the future, if we return, when we return, not if, when we return, I definitely want to go a lot deeper. Hey, Anthony. He's in the comments now.
Yeah. And if there's anybody watching this who like explores or, you know, it's like, you know what, I kind of like doing stuff like that. You know, guys, you gotta go out. You really gotta go out and just explore, research too, but explore. And River Ridge is literally that one.
Oh, it's wild.
One, yeah, dude. And the second time that I went, and when we actually asked somebody who lived at the houses, and they told us, you know, yeah, the flooding's real bad, so we get to take this. I have never, ever been to a location out of all of them, including Delphi, when we went to River Ridge, these people were just so just welcome. They knew we had cameras on. They kind of were like, okay, you know, these guys, you know, but they were so nice to us. I mean, it was just like, it was just incredible. And there was some like
the drone guy. The drone.
Yeah,
guy,
there was a guy who saw us with our drone.
Like, yeah, you got a drone. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
There's people that said that they were coming from around the area because it was open for like the week.
Yeah,
and
man.
they heard about it and like people were flocking in. I mean, there was always cars driving through. I mean, it wasn't like steady traffic, but yeah, there was always cars going through. A few actually pulled over and got out just like we did. I mean, yeah, that was.
Yeah, dude, it was
awesome stuff.
Yeah, dude, that literally just being able to go to a spot and then people were just like, yeah, man, that's cool. We love what you're doing, you know? And
yeah,
it was just so, like I said, it was an experience that it was just, I'm just happy. I was happy we got the opportunity to, do that.
And the bummer, obviously, being that we didn't get all the footage out. I don't know what we did. Either the GoPro was dying or we.
I think it did die. I think mine did die.
Yeah,
because I shut it off trying to save battery just to get to the water tower.
Yeah, and in the future we carry spare batteries for this reason.
Yep,
we've got spare. I mean, I don't know if you do. Do you have a spare?
Maybe, I don't know. I have to look in my bag. I've trying to.
Spares. I got a couple spares. In fact, on the one trip, I actually ended up giving you my spare.
Yeah, on our water trip because yeah man.
Yeah. So I want to buy a couple more spares, but definitely because it was just beyond anything else that you could have done. Like that trip was amazing.
And I know I keep like saying that, but just like okay, so for instance, some of the houses we went to, it was kind of like frozen in time, just kind of like stuff that they used back then that we don't even use now, but it was just sitting there in the garage or in the house, and you're just like, man, whoa. And then a certain part that we went to that you mentioned earlier, where we were at, it took us back to where the army was in it, and it was just like, it was so incredible. It was like
we got in one of the buildings, one of the storage buildings that stored explosive ammunition.
Yes,
and it was like there was at least 12 of these buildings on each lane, so we're talking like 24 like 40 by like 60 shops, like big buildings just for storage of explosive materials. I mean, there was hazard signs all the way
everywhere. They had the X painted on like the roads, and it told you explosive area warning. It was just being able to be in that section. It was just like, dude, this is crazy. And
to go into the Century House that blocked the entrances. I mean, we went in there. and there's a little like openings and stuff that we were able to get up in, and I mean that's what freaked us out is we heard like 4-wheelers and cars and
Yeah,
stuff
because
over
there
on
was
the other side,
also
and we're like,
and this actually kind of brings me to what I'm getting ready to say next. Also, the thing about River Ridge right now is it's kind of like on a time limit because they are tearing a lot of it down and building like an industrial park. And it just really sucks because there is very old buildings that when you drive to River Ridge, you can see some of these old buildings. And there was actually construction workers that are literally tearing down some of these buildings that like we want to get into. We get just a little bit of taste of it. And you're just like, man, I really want to go in these buildings back when they were doing this for World War II. And
yeah.
River Ridge is literally it's we're on a time limit because eventually
Not just that, even. I mean, we're on an individual personal time limit. I mean,
Yeah.
unless we're planning on spending the night, we're limited on time, and we only get like tops 6 hours in River Ridge before we got to get back in the cars and drive because you can't be awake for 24 hours. If we were to sleep there, I mean, we could make it like a 2-day trip. I mean, we could get everything. So
yeah, guys, it's just incredible. Like if anybody has a chance, literally, and I don't know why, if maybe somebody who's watching it lives in Indiana or something, I kid you not, man, take the time, make a schedule, and literally go to River Ridge. Do it because I promise you.
We didn't tell you to do that. It is trespassing at this current point in time.
Yeah, that is true.
But if you don't care about that, it is definitely not. When we went, it was perfectly legal. The DNR had it opened up. We were allowed to go through and all that stuff. But as of right now, they normally don't want people in there. I mean, even outside of that, if you look at the original video, Michael wasn't supposed to be there the first time.
That's right, dude.
We made it blatantly obvious when we kept the clip of the sign that said "Do not enter." Michael
I
just
think I climbed it.
Yeah, I think you pointed it out, and then you said, "I didn't drive 6 hours away to be told to go home."
Yeah, dude.
And
And I literally backed my car up to the sign, left my old Explorer exposed.
that was the
onto
last trip that the
Yep.
Explorer ever went on.
Yep,
old
yep,
Explorer.
exposed it. And when we went in there the very first time, I didn't even scratch the surface. Okay, what I saw was incredible, and I was like, just from what I saw, I was like, dude, I gotta go back. I told Tristan, I said, dude, this place is amazing. I said, seriously. And then we go back the second time, and we got a big plate, but we're not full, guys. Like I said, when we climbed that water tower, there was just even more things that were like,
Yeah.
oh, and then like when Tristan said, the one point where we were at, we got a little skittish. Who knows what we would have came across if we would have kept going.
And I hear you. And I think what always gets us is that's not our element. Our element is K County, bro. Like the second we're out of our home, dude, you don't know how different people react, man. And I guess if we would have thought about it more, but everybody was so nice, you'd be like, oh, I just thought you could have gotten away with a lot in the situation we're in. Outside of that, I mean, we get skittish because we've been to some sketchy places and barely gotten it out of those sketchy places. Michael more so. Every time I'm there, I'm the smart guy. And that's why we left. Is all I'm like, dude, I got a bad feeling. And every time I get a bad feeling and we leave, we've never been caught with our pants down. Michael's been caught with not necessarily his pants down, but he's been caught in some sticky situations. Let's just say
the first road rage incident, which I was using
all the road rage incidents, really.
The second one was, and I actually have footage of that, but I am not releasing that footage. It's
more a liability thing. Like,
that was my very first video of road rage that I shared to you guys. That was just one individual person. Once the person finally backed off after we turned, that was it. And then we actually were supposed to go magnet fishing at Trowbridge, which there's like a legend. It's part of Indiana. But I went back to magnet fish it because I found like a shotgun shell and I just found some like really cool stuff. and I ended up going back at night. We found even more cooler stuff. We even had a sheriff pull up. He talked to us. It was really cool. Was just letting us do our thing, because when we also magnafish, guys, when we find anything that's metal or anything that whatever it picks up, even if we pick it up by hand, we don't throw it back into the water. We're cleaning up our mess. We're cleaning all that stuff out. So it's for the greater good, anyways. And the sheriff's department was really cool with that. And we end up stumbling it. We just end up being in a wrong place at the wrong time with a bunch of
like 30. Don't just say bunch. I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking like 20
Yeah.
to 30 people that chased Michael down into like a cornfield in their
with their cars.
locked him in,
Every
and were,
road.
approaching him and threatening him. And let's just make it clear, we're licensed to carry. And if Michael wasn't in the wrong to have needed to defend himself, so he took care of the situation without having to do anything. Cops were called. Obviously, we did everything as good as we can or could have been. I was on the phone with him at the time. I was like,
Yeah, you heard the
"Dude,"
whole thing, man.
I was like, dude, I'm like, this is wild. I'm like walking him through, like, have Liz call PD. As soon as she's done, have her start recording this stuff. I said, get the people in the back seat recording this stuff. I said, because if things go downhill, you gotta have all the proof. And I was like, 30 guys, dude. If it was me, I don't know if I'd handle it the same way that you did. In fact, I probably would have rammed a vehicle and gotten out of that situation. That's just me. But
yeah, dude, that was like
a
I said,
bad situation. And he called me, and he's like, I assume he's like, I need you. And then I hear where he's at. I'm like, dude, that's 45 minutes away. I said, if anything happens in between this time frame, I'm just rushing into a death trap. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, here's what you need to do. Do this. And it did. And Michael was able to keep it all under control, and props to him. And at some point that footage may get released, but at this point, I mean, I agree.
It's
a little too real.
Yeah, dude, it was
for sure.
Yeah, it was very it was a very tense moment, and I've actually been in a lot of intense moments. So, being able to be in some very bad or tough situations, it's let's just say it's a lot. I don't want to say easier, but you can handle it a lot differently than somebody who's like in that situation the very first time, and they're like, "Oh, we actually had an individual who I'm not even gonna list, who was actually in the back, who was in that situation, and instead of
he made the issue worse.
Yeah, instead of even bothering to, help, he popped up his phone, got on Facebook, and started posting about this.
Lies, because a lot of that stuff was inaccurate.
Yeah,
based off the video that was watched,
and the moment was this moment it was very real. Like I said, Tristan was on the phone, and at one point in time, it got very real.
There was a point in time where I had gotten fully dressed. I went downstairs, and at first I was like, where you at? And he said, just get on 30, start coming home. And then that's when he's like, dude, I'm blocked in, because I pulled down a no exit road. I was like, get a hold of the police. I was like, as soon as you're done with that, get me the address. I'm getting dressed. And then I hear where it's at. And I was like, dude, what am I gonna do? I was like, dude, you're just have to wait on the police. I said, and you let them know how many people you got. And I'm like, I'm dressed. This whole situation, I'm downstairs. I'm dressed.
Yeah, dispatch was on the phone the entire time, because dispatch is also talking to us. But now we have these individuals coming up to the car where we were, and like I said, several words were exchanged, and these kids thought as like young ignorant teenagers are, when, for instance, I was like, I was like, I'm licensed to carry. I don't sit there and say, oh, I got a gun. I was like, I'm licensed to carry. And then their response was, oh yeah, we all got guns, because they're young, ignorant teenage kids instead of
thing to say to someone that you're back in an alley.
And so, they're trying to, let's fight, and it was just a huge mess. And then they literally started, like I said, it got very real. They actually started coming very close close to the point to where my whole voice changed. It literally changed. It went from, because I'm actually I have a lot of patience, but when they started getting close and they didn't take my warning seriously, I definitely changed my level. And one of the individuals who was really trying to, a lot of them were really targeting me. I was the driver. Until he finally realized that I wasn't kidding, that I had my firearm right there. It was open. And once he finally saw that, then he told all his buddies, okay, let's back up, back up, back up. And then, they started, running their mouth again. Put it down, let's fight, blah, 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 blah. Finally, we had all the police come because there was no way I was getting out. There was, I can't even tell you how many cars. Like Trish said, there's 30 people,
Like a lot.
cars. And there was even one point, there was a vehicle who they wouldn't even let pass.
One sec. We do see your comment. We're going to finish the story and then we'll move on to address your comments, but we do see them. Okay, go ahead.
To the point where they didn't even let this person pass the bridge because they both blocked them, and then all these cars started coming. They're all buddies, and the car didn't. The people in the car, when you see somebody, on the field and you got all these people surrounding them, and they didn't even bother helping us. They just turned around and drove the other way. It's kind of like, yeah, we're not being a part of this, and they ended up driving off, and it was just like I said. The situation was taken care of, but as of right now, there's no need to really post any of that footage. Usually I'm like, yeah, man, let's post that. But like I said, like stuff like that compared to the first road rage and how that was, how I handled that to the second one was completely different. Like I said, I'm going to say there was 3 of us. Technically, there was 4, but the 4th person, not even part of the conversation. There was 3 of us, 30 people. All of them wanted to fight, and and basically, what the police said was they live in not too far from here, and they really don't like people in their that was their like hangout area, and they didn't like the fact that we were there magnet fishing, and it was just like I said, it was just a big mess. But that's some of the stuff that we've been doing.
Yeah, so I guess that's over, and yeah, I agree. That was just a bad situation, and we made the best out of it. I think that's what we did. But it's good to get it off, debrief about it, and give them an update. I mean. And inherently that did slow us down on some of our ventures because we're like, dude, like it was a wake-up call. I mean, for sure. So slow us down a little bit. I'd say a little bit. We got right back on the kick, like right after that. But
yeah, man, we took a little break and we're like, boom, all right.
Yeah. So Steve, I'll go ahead and address some of these comments you got going on. It's great to see you. You are an original.
Yeah, dude, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's always a party whenever Steve drops by.
Oh yeah.
So in the beginning, we've been live for about an hour now, but in the beginning of the thing, we did a little bit of update. I mean, we'll do a little like recap for you in a sec. But it's awesome that you've seen all of our little videos. That's all Michael. Like none of those went through the editor process at all. They just went straight through Michael's phone, straight onto the channel. So it's just kind of updates, raw clips. If you rewatch the live stream up to this point, we actually played some clips of unseen footage of what we've been doing.
Yeah.
To update you, I'm sure you're very interested in our Delphi case. At this point, we are planning on the 18th a.m. We don't know an exact time. We will release a statement through video or whatever the day before or the day of that we are going to Delphi, and when we'll be there. We'll do like a little short time frame for everybody to meet up with us if they want to out in the open. Other than that, we'll be searching the water, as I'm sure you care about. In fact, I actually have one of your comments here from a month ago that I grabbed, since we're also doing some commenting on comments.
Yeah, let's comment.
It says, dig your videos, Michael. Where's Tristan and Anthony and Liz? This was on the abandoned ATM, by the way. And when are you going to film the underwater search of Deer Creek? I've got that comment. I wanted to address it because the plan is the 18th. The plan was originally to do today, but we got kind of screwed with a bunch of plans and all this stuff. But here we are. You know, we're ready. We're ready to go tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Definitely the 18th. We've got all the equipment we need. We're hoping. Mac Adventures, Garrett and his dad.
I'm gonna pop that up real quick.
Do you know anything about this?
I don't. But we could definitely look into it because I love Area 51, and that's actually a spot that we've actually considered eventually going to. Actually, just because I love the alien stuff. I love all kinds of crazy stuff, and a lot of a lot of people kind of get that with some of the content I post, where I go, what time it is, but it's very dangerous too. And I have proof of that. What we do is very, very dangerous. In a matter of minutes, it could go good. It could go to just straight bad, to the worst situation ever. So, but I would love to go to Area 51, but no, I'll have to look into that. Definitely.
What you're about to see is... Oh, that Road Rage one where you did the phone app. Was that from the Randonautica?
My very first one, it was an app called Intentions. It's kind of like Randonautica, except for I actually paid for it from another YouTuber. Man, shoot, I can't remember his name.
Was that Omar?
Yes,
Yeah.
Omar. Yeah, man, I actually bought it from him. It was his app, and that's actually how we ran into the first road rage incident. But it actually wasn't my ping mark. My ping mark was very close by, but where the road rage incident happened, it was actually on Peach Road. That's where that actually happened at.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still scrolling through some of these comments, so if you want to address anything else.
Yep. Hey, T-Pass, your volume's kind of like lowered.
Low.
Just a little bit.
So I can turn me up some. Is that better?
There we go. Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Better. Yeah, I was looking away from the mic. Sometimes this is a diaphragm mic, so it's better if I look at it while I speak. And I'm getting tired inherently.
Yeah. Anthony said, "Go Irish." That's right, bro. That's right.
Yeah. So we'll definitely. One thing I can definitely say is we'll look into the Mac Adventures, Garrett and his dad, the Area 51 thing, because I'm also pretty interested in that too. In fact, if we ever had a chance, I would love to go to Roswell just to be there.
Oh, no, fantastic.
That'd be really cool. Man, I'm looking back. I'm pretty sure Steve has commented on every single video.
Oh yeah, man, and we appreciate that, Steve. We really do. I mean, when we really started getting a lot of people starting to watch this, and some of the people that used to watch us and comment, we really do appreciate that. Unfortunately, some of the things pop up, and we end up getting stuck in this cluster of. Unfortunately, sometimes we can't get footage out or go out like as much as what we want to. But the people who have been, very patient and do like our stuff, we really do appreciate that, guys, so much.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna try to keep rolling out the best stuff we can with the opportunities and the time that we can do it.
Yeah, for sure. Within that, Steve, I guess I got a question for you. Is what content at this channel do you actually enjoy? I'm assuming the Delphi stuff, because that's probably 90% of your comments are Delphi related. But outside of that, I mean, we just need to know if we're getting the content out that you guys want. Man, yeah, we'll definitely look into the Area 51 thing. Don't you worry. And maybe we look into that here very soon and make another video. or at least talk to you guys about it. Because once we get some information, we'll definitely bring our opinions on it. But like I said, Steve, I just got one question for you. Like what content on this channel is like your things? You guys are doing genuine real bit. I like see, and that's kind of what we love to do. As I said in the beginning, the adventures are the thing that got. I mean, it's wild adventures with Michael. It's not, true crime with Michael. Like, there's no disrespect. I mean, no disrespect towards the Delphi case or any other case that we eventually pick up on. But I mean, we're adventurers, and that's where we started at, and that's where we'll probably continue. I mean, I'm hoping, because that's the only reason I'm around, because I just love going to these places, documenting it, and then getting able to give it to people, let them walk through our shoes,
Yes.
let them be where we've been, and it's different watching it on a video than actually doing it. And I think for me, what I need the in-person stuff. But a lot of people on the internet, they're fine with the internet stuff, and I'm glad that I can help bring that content out there. And I think I assume Michael's in the same
Man, it's
feeling as me.
It's real, guys, literally, and that's what I like. And I've had comments of people like, oh, you guys have stumbled across gold mines. You guys don't, fake some of the stuff. No, man, half the stuff that we've gone to, and usually it's just a quick, hey, we're going to take a road trip, and then we'll end up stumbling across something, and we just get the opportunity to go, and it's real, and it's
I mean, I addressed it on the Greeno podcast we got to be part of, which was awesome. For sure, being able to, I mean, it definitely boosted us. I mean, I think, 250, 200?
Yeah, man. And here recently, we've lost a big chunk of subs, but a lot of that I think is Delphi. And just like Tristan said, guys, it's not just Delphi for us. We also do real ventures,
And, expanding on what I said before, I mean, we bring the information that we see relevant. We don't live off the YouTube monies, whatever you want to call it. So we're not just putting out Delphi content because we need more money in our wallet. We're putting out the Delphi content because it's got information that we think is relevant to the case and that we think needs to be shared to the communities. Now, outside of that, at any point, we plan on doing something like a commenting on comments kind of thing. At least once a month, where if you have a question about what our opinions on Delphi, that's probably the place to go. But outside of that, Delphi podcasts are only being done when we come across content that we think is viable, updates in the case. And outside of that, our adventures to Delphi, that never will change. It hasn't changed. We will continue to go back, and even after the murders are solved, we will continue to go back, even without recording, to immortalize the fact that something bad happened there, and we're going to be there, and we're going to live it. We're going to remember what happened, and we're going to be there for support for the families of who it happened to. I mean, that's like really what started it. First of all, is we wanted to go there, we wanted to check it out. We're like, this is cool. The second time we went back, we went back every year on the day it happened since our first time we went. Every year we went back on the day it happened. 13th, we go out there, we walk it, and it's just to prove. And a lot of times we go later in the day because like a few of the things that went on. And I want to think that's one thing I can say. Steve, you are one of the guys, if not like the only guy, that actually made that interview happen, by the way. Because he told us specifically your name. There's this guy named Steve that keeps telling me to get with you guys. He goes, and I've seen your video, and I mean, as you heard in the podcast, he'd seen some of our videos, he hadn't watched them fully, and he just wanted to get our hot takes. And I think that not only was it a good opportunity for us outside of the Delphi case, but I think what it did is it brings in the other perspective. He was asking us questions we had no heads up on. We had no heads up on any of those questions. We knew for a fact the hammer would get brought up. and I cited it, and I'll say it every time. There is a video of Greeno at Delphi walking through the river, and he has the video. He videos it. There's construction workers working on the concrete where we found the hammer. Michael, it boggles my mind how many times we've been so close to meeting Anthony Greeno in person. We haven't got to yet, but it's been so many times we've come close to meeting him in person that we were there like a week after Greeno was there, and that's when we found the hammer. I mean, it wasn't even like rust, like it was a clean hammer. And you go even further down. I mean, like I said, we go every year on the anniversary. We didn't even know there was like a memorial walk until like Anthony Greeno brought it up before the podcast. I was like, we're there every year on the day it happened, like in the afternoon. I said, and we always go there and we always walk the bridge. And around the time that it happened. That's normally how we've been doing it, is we're there around the time the murders supposedly happened. Yeah, and they're always there in the AM. Yeah,
dude. We actually went there. There was snow on the ground. It was what, 13th, right? It was the 13th.
Well, the thing was, what was crazy is we knew we were going to go there. We go there every year, and we had recently, been in contact with a few other YouTubers and Anthony Greeno, and I was like, dude, on our way there, I'm like looking. We stopped for lunch, and I'm looking at my phone. Like, dude, Anthony Greeno was just in Delphi like 30 minutes ago. I was like, he was alive. I was like, we've been driving for 30 some minutes. And the thing is, it sucks for us is, our work schedules conflict between Michael, me, and Anthony. That's gone now. I think we're all pretty much free on the weekends for the most part now. So, next time there's an event that he's hosting and stuff, we definitely plan on being there to support the community and, getting to meet people. I mean, that's one of the best things I think about the YouTube job. And the worst thing is a lot of times you're solo. I mean, you record the video, you edit the video, you post it. You don't get the interaction. Now, going like those meetups and all that stuff, I love the interaction. I think that's also the best part about it, is you get to build a community and then you finally get to meet them. And I think that's what makes being a YouTuber one of the best things, honestly. Is it's a good, pro and con. You gotta fight it. So yeah. Oh, for sure. And I think that I can't say it enough. I am very thankful to all you guys that subscribe. Steve, you blow my mind. I mean, you hog, not as bad, but you hog the comment section of every video. And I love it. Every time I look at my phone and
we're at work.
And it says Steve Colbert commented, and I'm like,
yeah, dude,
this will be good.
I'll be up at work 4 a.m, and I'll pop up my phone and it's like comment by Steve, Steve Colbert. We're like, dude, it's great, because it's just fantastic.
I love it too. And I mean, there's even times, I feel a little offended. You say stuff like, Tristan is a scary guy. His profile picture especially is frightening on some of our Delphi things. So, it's good. Good to see you in our comments. It's awesome to be with you guys.
Oh yeah, man. And there's also other people who've commented. We actually had somebody comment. They didn't like one of the shorter videos that we posted. I believe it was a female. She put her opinion, and we actually had another subscriber who was like, guys, it's not just like, she was talking about like how it's wide adventures, and she got it. And it was just like, all those, we appreciate that so much, because you guys are on that same level as we are. Like, oh, we get what they're posting, we get what you guys are doing. And it's very nice. And Liz told me you said Georgia, right? Yeah, Georgia. Just all these comments and stuff, and the ones that are still sticking with us. It means so much to us. I mean, only because we know we are restricted when it comes to certain things. Like I said, there's a lot of times we're on the phone with each other, where we got to reschedule. And sometimes, guys, we're so busy, like we won't talk to each other for, sometimes it could be a week. It could be a longer than a week, just because we're just like, just we're just like exhausted. And Anthony and Tristan actually can know that firsthand, man. There's times they're like, Michael, you're gonna party up, and I'm like, yeah, guys, and I end up I'm just so exhausted from work, and I'm out. I fell asleep or I passed out, and they're just like, man, it's
That's what's crazy is like he just says from Dallas. I mean, I assume with 100 degrees, he's talking Dallas, Texas. I mean, that's the other thing, like we might never get to meet you in person because of the distance, but it boggles my mind how much of a reach you can have through the internet, and that the fact that there's people that far away that care about the Delphi case. I mean, it's worldwide. I think it's even international. There's been podcasts from like the UK.
Oh yeah,
talking about the Delphi. I mean, it's cool. Outside of that, and that is what we need. Clearly, I think we have a bigger issue, and I don't want to get into Delphi too much, but I mean, bring it up. If there's that much knowledge about the case, it's going that far. If someone knew something, they're not saying what they know on purpose. You know what I mean? Like anybody that would know about it has definitely heard about it. You know what I mean? Like
and that's why we come up with these crazy, I call them crazy ideas, of different opinions, like how we'll, me, you will call each other and say, yeah, man, what can we do? What can we really do to like throw in our own type of idea or version and see if we can't maybe find something that could really, really help.
Yeah. Speaking of fine things, Michael, I've got a question. You hinted at a 4-part series called Searching for Answers that I was unaware of. Do you want to fill me in and maybe fill in the community? Because clearly you have something about it.
Well, so here's the crazy part about Searching for Answers. I'm so happy you remembered that name because like I said, I come up with so many crazy ideas, and I get so overwhelmed with different adventures on what we're going to do that I got to start putting it down in my phone. And then
let's make a Google Slides, bro. Let's just share it or a Google Docs. We'll put ideas
down.
Like,
let's say I'm just gonna say, let's say I'm like in the bathroom or something, and I pop on my phone. I'm just like, oh, wait a minute, I forgot about that. That's I like that. Let's let me bring that up. So I actually got rid of that, the whole like 4-episode thing. I still would like to make it like the 4-episode. So it's pretty much supposed to be like the beginning, the pre-work.
Oh, so okay. So are you thinking how long of videos? I mean, I'm game. I would love to set up a time to record this.
Oh yeah, man, because it was like a pre-workout of what we were going to do, information, this is where we really thought, what we're going to search here, there's something like that. And then we would actually go there. We would.
Yeah. And see, now that you're talking about this, it reminds me of so many things. Someone who's. You know what? I'll agree. It's pretty strange out here in Indiana.
Oh yeah, dude. Tell me about it.
I won't deny that at all. I mean, even I get skittish sometimes, but I mean, as we've talked in the past, this reminds me of something that I just need to write down, Michael, is we have to do the recreation. When we go up there to do the water stuff, we need to recreate the walking.
The walking.
See, with the video to see how fast he was going.
You know what? I don't,
because they say he was going fast. They say that his steps were precise. Dude, Ryan crossed the bridge his first try. His steps were precise because he didn't fall. You know what I mean?
That's right. Well,
like those were calm
and
steps that he had. And I mean, you take that one step further, but was the guy walking the same speed as Ryan? I mean, I think the thing we could do, and I think Greeno even mentioned it when we did the podcast. He goes, dude, I took people out there that said it's their first time ever being there. He goes, I watch them and see how fast they cross that bridge.
Yeah. And time some of them too.
Yeah. So he's watching how long it's taking people to to cross, and a first time person, of that stature, I can think of a couple people that we could get to walk it that are about that stature, about that size, that would be willing to do such for their first time.
Anthony.
Yeah, I doubt he'd do it though. But even Liz is about his stature, and she's never walked more than 4 steps in. I can confirm that.
Crawl. I will crawl.
Will you walk it, Liz, for scientific reasonings?
What do you say?
Would you
There'll be someone
walk
with you
it
the whole time.
for science? Yeah.
Fuck no.
Oh my! Wow. Okay, I'm definitely writing down that we need to.
Well, if somebody's right beside you the entire time.
If I have my dog.
Your dog is not going to walk
Yeah,
across
that
the
dog
road. Your
ain't
dog's
going-
going to die.
Well, I
Your
tell you
dog will
what,
die.
I actually wouldn't want her to walk it either, and
I'll freak out.
not. We would literally have to probably put tape over her mouth, literally, because she's got. She will freak out so much that she'll make a mistake and fall off. I mean, that's how much.
You know what? I won't deny that because Dogface Bridge was a crap show.
Yeah, dude. Nah. Okay. So Anthony says.
Nah, I pass. Yeah, he ain't
He
going to
definitely said. I tell you what, Anthony. If you, we could really use you on this. If you don't do this, I'll put you in timeout.
Yo. Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, that won't be a problem, Steve. Trust me. I mean, Michael and I, and he'll say it. We don't say it on the videos normally because it should be gathered as much. We're like ride or dies, man.
Oh yeah.
We've had a handful of situations where I put my life in Michael's hands. He's put his life in my hands a couple times. Me and Michael, I think we're good, man. And we don't get beef because I think we have the same mindset. You know what I mean? And then and then you got Anthony, Liz, and Michael. I mean, they've been together since like elementary and middle school. They're lifetime friends. So, and I don't think that there's any question of a lack of respect between the 4 of us. A couple of the other crew members, maybe, but I mean, the top 4, the team captains, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, man. We all. It's fantastic. It's our family, really. It's like another family, man, and we all have. When we all get together, we all just love. We have fun. We crack jokes.
Oh yeah, no, it's like a brotherhood because I mean Anthony is the button of every joke. Michael and I are always, spitballing or coming up with all these ideas. Anthony sits back, doesn't talk, wears a hoodie in the water. Nothing productive. He's the lazy one. It's just a family, man. And Anthony, I only say that because I love you, man.
Yeah, man. And literally, guys, he puts up with so much. Like me and Tristan, really, we put
if he ever
him.
tells us to stop, we will. Trust me. I promise you that.
We've
Don't get me started. There we go.
We've
He
literally
fights right back.
put him. We've put him to the test on different things, man. We've gone as far as hit somebody in the back of our vehicle, and they popped up a gun or a knife.
There was one time I staged as a road rage guy, and Anthony, me and Michael fought, and I threw him into a cornfield, and Anthony came out swinging on me, man. I mean, if that ain't brotherhood, if that ain't, family, protecting each other, man, I don't know what is. Anthony didn't even know it was me. Yeah, butter knife. Yeah, when he got held at knife point.
And guys,
crazy stuff.
It wasn't actually
do it.
Yeah, it wasn't filmed. It also was like we also like me and Tristan. It's like almost like a test thing, Like I said, me, Liz, and Ryan were a victim of a situation to where we all needed to have each other's back, and one individual didn't have our back at all, and
that's where I think that's where it comes from, And I think that's why we do it is because I'd rather know if you got my back before I need you to have my back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and it's no way to justify the stuff we've done to Anthony by any means. That is no way to justify the things we've done to Anthony. But I think it was definitely a wake up call for us. Like, dude, this guy isn't just a buddy. This dude is like
No, man.
blood.
He'll
This is
get out of
blood
yeah,
right
man.
here.
He'll get out of the car. He'll get out of the car.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like, yo,
he will
if-
throw hands with
yeah,
a
man. He
random
goes, this
dude
is happening.
that threw Michael in the cornfield. He will throw hands with a random dude that, you know, it's crazy, and it's nothing justifying it. Like Michael, like I said, Michael and I, we already know that we got each other's backs, man. I mean, I've only known Michael for maybe 5 years tops.
Yeah.
5 years. Yeah, probably 5 years. Been out of school 5 years. I know Michael for 5 years. And it was like the first year in of knowing him, it was like, this is it. This is our bond. We went on some little adventures.
Work hard, play harder.
While on the clock, we went on some adventures. No one else can say
Work
they did
hard,
that.
play harder, man.
That's right. And I think that was the test of us, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, because we went doing that, we came through situations that were like, whoo. And then the Delphi trip 3 years ago, I put my whole life in your hands, man.
Yeah.
And you did not disappoint me.
No,
You did
man.
not. And I can't think how many times. I can't think of an example where your life was in my hands. There's got to be one, but we don't keep track of this stuff. We keep track of the one.
Yeah, man.
because-
We don't keep numbers. It's just like in something in those situations,
but
like
I know he's got my back. I mean,
yeah, man.
yeah, no doubt.
I mean, it was in some of the stuff I think I promised this a long time ago, and eventually we would like to get out an actual gag reel of just actual
I've got
things
bloopers. I've got bloopers.
of stuff that we've wanted to that we've done before. And the only reason why we really came up with this a long time ago, and I think what really started is, at one time we were on the clock, me and Tristan were out, and we had a goal: let's get to the train tracks. Well, then we found a little creek, and then we found this vine, and we're
Oh yeah.
and then
I have that video.
dude,
I have
you
that
need
video.
to swing back. And I said, okay, I'll do it. Because this thing's held us 100 times. But guess what? That last time I go swinging back, dude, it snaps on me. I'm falling to this nasty. I'm talking about nasty creek water, guys.
Oh,
I mean, my phone's in my pocket. Everything's in my pocket. We're on the clock, and the radio's wet. I'm soaked. Tristan's laughing.
And I'm like, okay, here, I'm pretty cool and concise. So once that happened, I was like, okay, we got to solve this problem. I was like, give me your stuff. I'll go clock you out. I was like, because they cannot see you, man. You are swampy. I said, this is bad news. And I think you just went straight to your car, right? And I took care of everything for you.
Yeah, man. And that's like another brotherhood thing. It was just like,
it was like, well, it was my fault that you did it. I was like, oh, you're good. You're like, is this good? I was like, you did it the other day. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And you fell in. I was like, well, I'm not doing that.
It was just fantastic. And we've always, and like I said, every time we go on adventures too, like we always do something, usually not even on purpose, and it's just like funny. Like, I kid you not, and I'm gonna go ahead. There was a video of this, but I think I end up deleting it. I wish I kept it, but when we first heard about Anthony Greeno, we made like a quick, oh, we appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much. And I kid you not, guys, we probably filmed that probably like 6 or 7 times.
Well, that's the problem. Is we're as soon as we start scripting, man, it's just like this. We get around, we joke around. I mean, and that's why I wanted to do this tonight, man. Is because, I mean, we don't fake anything on the camera, but I definitely think when we're in a different mindset, we're different people, man. I mean, when I'm thinking of the adventure stuff, I mean, yeah, I'm going to do stuff that I think is cool and fun, but dude, I'm very, I'm always on edge, I'm always not necessarily paranoid, but I'm like, okay, you think that's a good idea? Should we be doing this? Not that I question everything that we do, but that, I'm very big on analytical. Like, I think pretty analytical on a lot of stuff. And I'm like, Michael is, I can't think of a time when I nearly saved your life right now. Michael likes to bum rush everything. Okay, let's just say that. Man. And I'm very more calm, collected, precise.
Yeah, man. I'm a big guy. I'm going in.
Michael's aggressive. Michael is the guy, and I believe there's 2 things that I would love to put into our gag reel. One, he says, I will kick down the door multiple. Like you say it like a lot of times. And then there was one other clip where he grabs his Sawzall and revs it. That is basically the epitome of Michael. Okay, let's just get that in a box, right? I mean, any video that you see that gets put out where we're like running, that's usually my call. Like 9 times out of 10, it's like, dude, I don't feel good about this, and we get out of there. And I think every time I've made a call like that, I don't think we've ever been in a situation that was bad.
No.
Can you think of? I think my gut's pretty trustworthy. I enjoy my gut. But I mean, one example. I mean, Michael and I were deep in woods. Michael's way ahead of me. There's a dude in the trees. I see the guy. I start whispering to Michael, "Hey, Michael, there's a guy over here." Michael doesn't hear me. The guy never seen me because I'm ninja. I'm small. Anyways, this dude comes out of the woodworks and gets ready to go up behind Michael, and he's got something in his hand that is a weaponish, a blunt object of some sort. And I'm like, nope. And I'm like, yo, Michael. The dude sees me. The dude gets a reality check. Like I said, Michael is a very aggressive. I'm a lot more calm, collected. I'm going to check, I'm going to sound the floor of a house before I go in, Michael. I believe there was like at least 3 clips of River Ridge where you just go right in. You're like, go watch the floor. It's soft. I was like, did you sound it?
Yeah, dude, I remember
or
that.
did you fall through it? Like, what's like the floor is soft, so why are you walking on it? Spread your weight out.
Since you said that, I actually used that, and I got that from you. Is when I went to a really cool abandoned house. I mean, very old farmhouse, and I droned it, and I ended up losing my drone. And I mean, this house has been around for, a very long time. And I knew how bad it was, and I actually sounded that floor. And I was, even then, I really didn't want to go in it because how old it was. But I ended up getting the drone. But that, from you and, talking to me and stuff, I was like, yo, dude, Tristan was really bad, dude. Sound that damn floor. And that's what I did. And, and I made it out okay. But oh man, dude, it's just
I think that's the thing too. Like, we learn from each other, Like I said, I had a gut feeling. Sometimes my gut can be a little bit preemptive. We would have gotten caught if we would have went past those, those storage buildings, but we probably could have played it off.
Oh yeah, that day, man.
Like my gut is good and trustworthy, and when I get the feeling, I usually trust it. But some situations, I know I learned from you. I'm like, bro, we would have been fine. Like Michael was like, "You sure, bro?" I was like, "Dude, I got a bad feeling." I was like, "It's bad," and he goes, "Okay," and he floored at me, and we're behind through stuff.
Real quick, do you actually still have that footage? I would love for you to post that.
I don't know if I do.
Oh,
because the problem is Anthony called me, and I think it stops the clip.
Yeah,
I'd have to go back and look. But
yeah, man, that was cool. Literally, I am flooring it in this.
We were like 70, bro.
Yeah, abandoned road with sticks everywhere, blocking the way. I'm flooring it. Oh my gosh! And real quick, when you were saying I was aggressive, there was actually a time where I remember I went out for I call it the recruit, and I found that old chicken house out in Leesburg, and we were getting ready to leave, and I think it was you. I think you came up with the idea, yo, Michael, let's get out of here. And there was something in front of this old door. I can't remember what it was.
I taught you how to kick a door down.
Yeah, and my foot went through it.
Yeah. After I was like, you got this? You go, yeah, dude, I kicked the door down before. I was like, okay, I'll let you do it. And you went like way high, and your foot's through the door. I'm like, bro, I thought you said you was good. And then I think we pulled you out of the door, and then you went for another go.
Yeah. Actually,
I was like, aim right here.
Yeah,
and you did, and it opened.
Yeah, dude, that was so great. I cut up and hurt my ankle pretty good.
Oh yeah,
that was fantastic though. It was just like it was like
the fact that you said you'll go through a door. You've actually gone through a door. So is Jacob. Also taught him a technique on kicking doors down.
Yeah, man. It took him a little while. He definitely
it was like
he definitely
6 tries. I was like, bro, you're hitting the wrong spot. And then he finally got the right spot, man. And Dude, that door blew to pieces. It went down the
Yeah,
freaking,
dude.
I mean, it came off the hinge. It went down the stairwell. Remember that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I was
man.
like,
He definitely sinned on that
bro.
one, for sure.
And then one time, and SL, I won't say the whole place, but SL, that house that had an underground pool that I told you about.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, go kick the door. And he went up and like donkey kicked the front of the door. I'm like, well, that's not how you kick a door.
Yeah, because remember the garage? There was a tent.
We could get it up, but it had the like the fox arms on the door. So the only way I was gonna get it was with like a fancy tool to get underneath there. I was like, let's try the front door. You know?
Yeah.
He goes, it's locked. He goes, it's locked. I was like, really? I remember that. I was like, you try kicking it?
Yeah,
He goes,
man.
what if there's somebody in there? I was like, well, there's no cars here.
And
we
we've
didn't
never went back since. We were like, you know what?
No.
We're gonna wrap that up and we're just gonna toss it. Yes, please.
Well,
Oh
if you
my
can't get in there, you can't get in there. And I
That's-
don't.
That's
I'm
right.
big on
And-
not doing any damage if we don't have to.
Exactly, and you know, like I said, and we've been very fortunate with some of the like the gas station video that I actually have. We actually got to go in there.
I mean, take Hardee's for example.
Yeah,
Able to get into the freezer room.
yeah.
We never got in there all the way, did we?
No, the only actual restaurant that somebody was actually able to get in, and I can't actually.
Was a burger. Well, you got into a Burger King because the front door was unlocked.
That's right, and that was
Yeah.
probably that was one of the coolest things.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah,
And that one
man.
even had a play place, right?
Yeah, and what was really crazy about that was I actually went there when I was little. When it used to.
I remember editing that one. I think did I put that one together with another one? I know I put your
You
Chinese
did.
restaurant
You
and
did.
dog face. I mean
Yeah,
your dog
man.
one. Yeah, I loved that one.
Hey,
And
did you
that
still
was
have, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was footage or not. I should have took a picture of it. When I went to Elkhart and the Papa John sign was thrown off and I picked it up.
I did have a video of that.
Yeah, man. I love that one. Oh,
But I have no clue
where it is.
what folder that'd be in. I mean, it'd definitely be like in the raw.
Yeah, because those adventures were very different. It was more of I can't get inside these places.
Do you remember like where in the was it near the Martin's supermarket or was it near?
That was near.
It might be the Martin's video that you start off.
Because there is certain like I said, there's certain adventures where I'm like, okay, guys, I know I can't get in here, so I'll just go and film the outside. And I stumbled across the old Papa John sign. Yeah.
I just drank pop and there was an ant in it.
Liz just drank pop and there was an ant in it.
So you definitely point out the sign. Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh yeah, and this is actually very old footage, isn't it? I mean, this is like guys, we have some footage where it's like, okay, we're not even, like guys, this, I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, maybe we can use this as a thumbnail or yeah.
Yeah, share screen. No, this one. Okay. I can just click share, so it should pop up for you in a sec.
Bingo.
I don't have audio. I don't know how to get the audio.
That's all right. That's all right, man. Just
I put it up on the big screen. There you go.
Is it up? Okay, there it is. Guys, sorry about the footage. Like I said, this is very old. These are very old cameras, and it was in the middle of the daytime. So basically, what you're looking at is a little like mall shopping center. Martin's used to be there, and this was actually kind of around the time where the BLM was, and Elkhart was one of those areas. Now, I'm not saying that they did this, but this whole little section of little mall area was it really wasn't clean. And the old Martin's building that's actually still standing, even though they have a brand new one, just right behind it. They haven't tore it down yet, and it just looks very. Yeah, guys, and as you can see, I have my mask on because it's COVID.
It's COVID, yeah.
Yeah, free pizza. Look how trashy that stuff looks, guys.
Who's filming?
This is in Concord. You said it's Concord.
Yep, the Concord Mall.
Yeah.
but it was just one of those really,
Oh,
yeah, it was just
That was-
fantastic.
Yeah, and see, and I like all that stuff. I document everything that you've ever sent me. I've still got. I might not know exactly what folder it's in, because at one point I just put down MISC of all the stuff we were never going to use in a video. Because
Yep.
Martin's one, it was all outdoor. The the filmography was junk.
Yep.
No offense, but I mean that was like the first few videos that we ever did, us learning.
Yeah,
stuff
man. We just
from
went out and we're like, oh man, these are cool, and it's not just, sometimes it's not even abandoned stuff, guys. I've sent Tristan videos of me doing stuff with firework explosives. I mean, stuff
That
that's
stuff
like,
won't ever go on YouTube if I have saying it, because that's
yeah,
some stuff that you don't want to be showing people how to do.
there's stuff that you're like, like I said, man, every crazy idea that comes up in my head, I try to film it and I'll send it to Tristan, and Tristan's like, Michael, you can't do that. we can't post that. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't care what you do with it. And you're like, well, yeah, I'll document it. It's like, it's
I mean,
crazy.
we got stuff that never came out. Like we never went back to the resort.
You're talking about the one where Jacob went in, right? Yeah, man.
Well, no, I don't know.
Was it that one?
I'll let me share my screen. It's like the one that you said you seen a van come out of. Way back.
Oh yeah, that used to be. Oh shoot!
Isn't that a nun?
Yeah.
it used to be
You
a
said
nun
something
school.
about a nun thing. I just shared it with you. So this
Okay, I'm gonna pop it up.
this is Liz camera skills.
I'm not.
Once
good
again, a
with
grainy
art.
camera.
Yeah,
Well,
guys.
this is a huge facility.
Those old-
Yeah, and this is, like I said, guys, this is very old cameras that we had. So real
Like
quick,
from
this actually,
2008.
yeah, dude, this used to be it was like a nun like school for a while, and it's very creepy. In the daytime, it's not bad. The crazy part is now you can actually take tours through this. They've remodeled most of it.
Really?
Yes, they've remodeled it. Where it says keep out, that was under construction. Now COVID came not too long after this, so I don't know really what's happening here. But we actually went at nighttime, guys, and it's very spooky. And we actually showed up here in the daytime, and it was a very old, creepy. I mean, it was just a very old creepy van, and it's like, some of those situations, it's like get out. But as you can see with the video, just when you look at it, you're like, man,
Such a huge building.
Oh yeah,
That is
man,
massive.
really old. And me and Jacob were actually going to get in here and film it. And then I did a lot of research on it, and I actually found out that the groundskeeper actually, they do tours of it. And I was like, okay, we won't get inside this building. They still do things of this building.
You did things with that church too, Michael.
Yep.
But we still got in.
Now, when we first heard about this, we weren't quite sure what it was. We thought it might have been an old insane asylum, and then when we came in, and then I started doing research and finding out that it actually had nothing to do with the mentally insane. And actually, right where that footage was, just back there, where it kind of looks like there's a pavement, that's where that van just started rolling out of nowhere. But it was basically like a nun school, and before that, it was used for like almost like like massages. And there's a river. I think it's a river or creek. I really can't remember, guys. It's been a very long time.
Oh, the healing waters, or whatever they called it.
Yes, and they believe that the water was healing because there was people that had like, I can't remember what, I don't know if it was a disease or they were very sick, and once they had this water, they actually were getting better. So they used the water, and like I said, what you're seeing is when she's filming it and stuff. This is before we did research. This is where we thought, okay, this used to be an insane asylum. Look how creepy this is, and then we found out it actually wasn't. And like I said, now
Speaking of asylums.
oh
let's
yes,
fast forward some clips.
Are you in the hospital?
This is technically
Yes. This is unreleased. All this is unreleased.
Yeah, this is guys. This was probably one of the most craziest,
That's my favorite.
coolest places that we were at. Man, we literally had to mask up to go in here.
Yeah, asbestos everywhere.
And
And
the
I
guys, this
think
is actually
this camera should have the rooftop exploration. Oh yeah, this is going into it. And I send Mikey all the way across the roof.
yeah, that's right, guys. And actually,
Once
Tristan,
again, me sounding the floors. You know, we're checking stuff before we do dumb stuff.
and Tristan, since you actually have this video here, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of bring up something we have all discussed, and we would like to come back here. Except for when we come back here now, we actually have
Won't be much people.
GoPro.
The filmography of this one, I will agree, was some of our worst. I will agree.
We actually have the cameras now that will really be able to come in here and really show you guys. But this place was awesome. And unfortunately, we just had outdated cameras and, you know, what you're looking at. But it was definitely very cool.
We had a great crew that went, and I would love to get a similar crew out there again, minus one or two. But I loved that adventure, even though it was not one that I was looking forward to. It was really fun. And the one thing I will say, and I say it to Michael pretty often, I believe, is I am not a fan at all of nighttime adventures, like at all. Like I hate them. Mainly because the drive back. I hate driving at night if I don't have to. I think not being able to see.
Yeah, I think the only nighttime adventure we've actually done a couple times was the old truck stop.
Yep. And the slaughterhouse was at night.
Yeah.
And we've done Creighton.
Yeah.
At night. And those were all and the chicken thing in Leesburg. Yeah.
Yes. And those were close, which was very nice.
Yeah. So like that's not a big deal, you know, driving in the dark, not far, I'm not mad, you know, but the second we're talking Delphi nighttime, I'm out, bro. I'm out if I'm driving. Let's just say that. If someone wanted to give me a ride there, sure.
Yeah, and I did it. I did it, and I went live there at midnight.
Yeah, I would definitely like a nighttime one out there. I would go, but I wouldn't enjoy the drive. But I am a big fan of daytime adventures. So if we go back to the hospital, Michael, regardless of the fact that if it's nighttime, you got to use flashlights.
Yeah, and I did a 3 a.m. challenge. Me and Jacob did. And
no, not me. So daytime, because first of all, it will look so much better on the GoPro, and we only have to use flashlights down in the basement. So does she want to talk to just let her talk to the whole crew? Let her say something out loud.
No, I'm looking at she has another like camera thing set up rolling on here. And she's laughing. I don't know. There's something in the background of my footage and she's laughing at it, and here I am looking at it.
Is it because you're on a camp chair? Because that's enough for me.
Yeah, dude, this is my video game chair, guys. Hey, it has a drink holder. Okay.
Okay. And yeah, Steve, the Midnight Bridge Walk with Michael was cool, and I would be willing to do a nighttime walk of the bridge.
You know what I think you'd be really cool? I would want to do that. Well, man, I don't know if I don't know if I will. I would love to do that with like a flare, but once it hits on that freaking
I'm not doing that, bro.
Train number, that's gonna light on fire. So I was like, okay.
No, yeah, and I'm not gonna be on the bridge when that happens.
Steve Colbert, I'm so happy that you actually messaged it again. I mean, it was really great, and I appreciate that you liked that video. It was actually a idea I thought of since last year, and I actually told people I wanted to do it, and then I just got so busy and I couldn't. And then the one day, like I usually do, I'll tell Liz. I said, hey, call a couple friends. We going on a trip. And she goes, where are we going? I said, Delphi. And Anthony even went. But certain members like Liz or Anthony, I leave out, special details because, once I actually tell them what we're doing, they're like, yeah, no. And, yeah. And I got him in the car and I'm like, where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, we're going to Delphi. And they're like, it's dark time. And it's, going to be past midnight by the time we get there. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Isn't that great? And they're like, are you crazy? They're like, yeah, are you trying to get us killed? And then, they go with me and they're like, man, Michael, you're crazy. And then like I tell them, Liz goes, you're not getting on that bridge at night. She goes, you're not doing it. Anthony goes, no, you're not doing it, dude. And I was like, I won't. I promise. And then what do?
You cannot.
I get on the bridge, man. And and that was actually, like I said, it was just like a special thing. I was like, I just really wanted to be out there at midnight. I don't know why. Like I said, I just do a lot of crazy things. But
and I think it gives a couple different ideas. So I mean, I think it brings even more light to the case involving the search for the bodies. I mean, when it's dark out there, bro, it is pitch black out there.
Yes.
And the camera actually does it justice. So we were out there and it was getting dark one time for me.
Yeah.
And I can agree. It was getting in the woods. It gets dark very freaking quick. And I mean, like right over the river, you can see, but when you're walking the bridge, you can't see.
No, you can't see nothing.
But it just gets so dark out there. So you can see why they called the search off so early. And I want to do it with flashlights, modern flashlights that they would have had back then. I think it's going to shed a little bit more light on the search team and why they had to stop when they did. Because, they didn't find them till the next day.
That's right. And as I was talking about that, literally, though, guys, the best time I think I've ever been to Delphi is it was me, it was Tristan and his actual brother. And it was on the anniversary. And it wasn't because we crossed the
Anthony went too.
The frozen creek. It wasn't that. It's because we did that. It's because we were literally down there, literally right around the estimate time of where this possibly whole thing took part. Being there on that day, even though it wasn't back in 2017, and being there and be like, man, going back in time. They were on this bridge, they're taking pictures, and then this very strange man comes.
Yeah. And
where we were at, it was like, it was just like around this time, this is what happened. And it was very crazy. I literally had a couple of moments of silence where I was just sitting there like, man.
Yeah. No, we took a lot of breaks and looked around, and reluctantly we left someone behind Cody never came across to walk underneath with us. Mainly because he didn't want to walk across the water, but it's crazy.
Yo, Tristan, did you I'm sorry for cutting you off real quick. Somebody just commented on Delphi Murder Mystery Part 2. Literally, I just now got the update, and it says, and I don't even know if they know we're live. But if it loads, which it probably won't, it just said, do we have any new information on the Delphi case? The only thing I can tell you that right now, and I don't really know about how much this really helps, but I do know that man, I can't even remember his name. Chadwell is he's supposed to be in trial, but he's doing it out of the Carroll, Carroll County.
Yeah, he's leaving county. So because of the bias. Because the way it works is when there's a jury selected, it comes out of your county. So to get an unbiased jury, he's going to have to go a couple counties out.
Yeah, and
Now,
he's
this is just
actually
me.
going somewhere else, and they approved it. They did
This
approve
is
it.
me. This is me spitballing, right? Is you got to go far enough that people will be unbiased, right? That there won't be any money, whatever. Now, of the areas around there that could handle such a high profile case, I'm thinking of a few. You know, you got Fort Wayne area.
Yeah,
They're not going to do it in Lafayette. That's too close. You got South Bend. But then when you're looking at like court systems, Kosciuszko County's got like a pretty good court system. So I might call it. I'm going to put it. I cannot confirm or deny, but if I ever get evidence that I can confirm or deny, I'll probably leak it here. Because I know a few people within that court system. I'm calling that it might be K County. That's just a thought. And it's I'm calling it. It cannot confirm or deny, but Kosciuszko County, good a place as any. You ask the majority of the people around Kosciuszko County, the Delphi murders, they only know there's 2 girls murdered. That's all they know, man.
yeah.
They don't know the families. They don't know. Well, we're from Kosciuszko County, and the only way we found all this stuff is by going in. We've never met the families, you know. We've never actually met anybody from Delphi except that worked at Dairy Queen, because that's like the only place we ever stopped in at Delphi.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
and we got this.
we don't know anybody.
It was like the stink eye. The last time we went, we were eating, and who was it? I think it was Liz, and then your brother. Like, dude, these people are like eyeballing you, Michael. And I'm just like, what? You know,
And Steve, on your comment, it's great to have you, man. Like I say every time, man, if Steve's coming in, it's a party, bro.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I love it when Steve's out here, and it makes me happy that you enjoy talking to us. And I'm a big guy on the live stream stuff. I like the communication. I like the interaction. So if you're enjoying this stuff, let us know, man, because we'll do more of these. We're definitely planning monthly, like an update video, where we're at, you know, all that stuff. And if it's anything Delphi related, that'll be a whole separate thing. So it's not like I mean, this is a little different. Like what we got going on now. If it's a Delphi focused video, it's just going to be Delphi from now on. Most of our Delphi podcasts devolve into us talking about our adventures for the month. So that's what this is going to take the place of. So that our
Answering
Delphi
comments
video,
about Delphi. Yeah.
so we can focus on Delphi in the Delphi videos and not waste anybody else's time. And if you guys want to come see us goof off and whatever, come to here. And
Yeah,
we'll talk
man.
about.
Come in here because this is.
Yeah, this is prime time, bro. This is the stuff that we just talk about on the daily, man.
Yeah, you know, it's like
You know, and it's good to get to interact. You know, it's just chatting with people. I don't even consider them fans, man. It's just chatting with people who are interested in the same thing we are right now. So no, and yeah, definitely the Joan Harkin that commented about do we know anything new in this case? You know, I think
I don't know
that's the standstill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's where we're at. And I think that
and you said it earlier. You did say it earlier. I think everybody kind of is like, what you know, you can only
That's
talk
good.
so much about it with the information you have.
Yeah, and I think, and to not take away from it anymore, in my personal opinion, I don't want to make a video just recapping what we already know. Like we've already made videos going over this stuff. Releasing a newer video isn't going to change the information. If we have new thoughts or we have something that we think is relevant in the case, we're going to bring it up. But since there's no updates in the case, to big enough updates to make a video about, we don't see the point in milking it for what it is. Like I said, we don't get paid, and even if we did, we wouldn't milk Delphi to get paid. That is a passion project, and we only want to put out the quality that's going to aid the case or assist with the families. I mean, the annual walks we're gonna try and be involved in now.
Yeah, but there was a couple of them we tried, and unfortunately, our schedules just couldn't meet up.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like we want to put in our time, and yeah, we might make a video, but the majority of those the video won't be based on Delphi. It will be, short 5-minute video of the people that showed up, the people that showed their support. That's it. We don't need to do a video about this is why we're here every year. Like we're there for a good reason, and I try to keep it at that. Like I don't want to milk the content. So you won't see a specific Delphi podcast until we have information that we deem fit to share. And if you have information that we could research, yeah, comment, because we stay up to date on the comments. We might not always respond to them all, but you know, we keep up on them. You know, I get an alert on my phone. Michael gets alerts on his phone. We see Steve Colbert 90% of the time, which is awesome. But outside that, you know, if we see a question that's good, you know, Michael calls me or I call Michael or we text each other. I'm like, yo, you see this comment by, you know, whoever. And he goes, yeah, I just seen it. You know, that's exactly how it was when we got the comment from Anthony Greeno saying, you know, let's link. I was like, you see this, bro? Yeah. And we're like, oh my God.
Yeah,
you know, I mean,
dude. I actually remember that. We were at
we stay up
the park.
on to date with the comments because I don't want to say this is our job. It's a hobby. So it's something that we enjoy to do. Personally, I enjoy the adventures more than I do the YouTubing part. But the nice thing about YouTube is it allows me to relive the adventure, you know, and again, to edit it, I get to relive it so many times and it always brings a smile to my face. And every time I tell Michael, you know, Michael is in the same, you know, steps. Like sometimes I'm editing, he's in the PSN party and he hears the background audio. He goes, that's from when we went to River Ridge, and he definitely heard a lot about my complaints about River Ridge, having to censor everything. But I mean, I got to relive it so many times, and the opportunity to let you guys relive it or get to live it, you know, through our eyes is awesome. And that's why I had a big push on, you know, let's get GoPros, man. Let's up our quality. The stuff we're putting out is crappy. And I tell him every time, I was like, dude, that was bad. Like, that was bad. And he goes, yeah, I know. But just looking at the quality of the GoPro, we've got some fine tuning to do for sure. And it's going to be a trial run, but I think we're at a place now where the content we'll be able to put out is going to be more lifelike for you guys. So you'll be able to see it better. And I'm hoping, you know, that we start seeing a return on the investment we're putting in, you know. I don't care necessarily about money, but you know, people, the comments, you know, making friends, just being involved in the communities of the adventuring and getting to go on more, you know, for me, that's a good enough return. I mean, obviously, if, you know, we get paid to do it, you know, we're going to get paid to do it, you know, and this is my opinion. And Michael, maybe you should second it. But I think even if we do get monetized, you know, option to monetize, I disagree. I think that if we monetize any of our Delphi videos, I say that 100% of the Delphi video commission information that's not adventure related, I say we donate it towards, you know, whatever charity that we're doing for Abby and Libby. That's my opinion.
Well, remember, we discussed this. We actually had a very long phone call and in-person chat about when we got if we eventually got monetized, were we going to even monetize these videos? And if we did, what charities we were going to put it towards? With you know, whoever was helping with the search, or if it was the families.
Yeah, I think for this point in time, the murderer hasn't been found. If we get monetized before that time, you know, maybe let's do a subathon or something. If we get monetized before then, we start making money on those videos. I say we put them towards the, you know, the reward for finding like a tip. I say if the money ain't talking, let's give some more money. Maybe it will start talking.
That's right. And we discussed that. And we
even discussed if we were to get the money that we would donate at, like, I mean, you know, the taxes are coming out of it. I'm not footing the bill on the taxes, but outside that, we talked about donating it to like a charity, like, you know, asking their family, like, what charity would you want this money to go to? You know, let's put it, you know, if it goes into Crime Stoppers, you know, whoever was involved in helping solve this case does, you know, outside of us, deserves the charity to help solve more cases. You know,
that's right, man. I remember that conversation like it was yesterday. Yeah, man. Me and you were on the same page on it. It was just one of those. It's just another one of those things that, you know, we just want people to understand. You know, that
we got jobs. Like
yeah, dude.
We get paid. We're able to take care of ourselves, and all that the extra stuff we would get, eventually if Michael could make exploring his full-time job, I'm sure as crap he would. And I don't blame him. I'm still in it. I'm still in it. But I'm trying to live my dream job, and I
Yep.
am. So like Michael's got, we get paid. We get good money. We're doing what we do. We're doing I do what I love. I don't know necessarily about Michael. I mean, the
I
money
make
is
good
nice.
money, but
Yeah.
your part, maybe that's not as big as yours.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, we don't need it, and that's why we're not pushing, but I would definitely be big on doing a subathon, whatever, I'll look into something like that, to get us to 1,000 subs, and we'll monetize our content, and we'll start putting this percent, towards the Delphi case, and using the money to invest in the equipment to help with the Delphi case, I think is one of my bigger opinions. I mean, we talk about the metal detector. The one we were looking at, it's like good enough quality to hit the ground and everything. We're like almost $700.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, dude.
we got money, but are we gonna, for us, are we gonna see a return on the investment? We got to still, even though it's a bigger deal than just the money, like in terms of the case, I mean, we still got to be financially responsible. Michael's got kids, I've got a future,
We got cars too. We've had to. We've had to put, money in cars. It's
I just dropped like $1,500 into car stuff the last week. So I know, and I hope people understand. But I mean, if we can monetize, whatever money we get from the channel, we're putting back into the channel. I mean, this is a long-term investment, and I think, there's a couple things we're looking at, a couple series we're looking at that hopefully will push us over that mark, and we'll be able to focus on a few other things. And I want to see this case through. I mean, there better not be 10 years down the road they decide to close this case.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not okay, man. So I think the only way to really,
we're thinking outside the box, man. We're like, you know what?
So
this is what we came up with. This is what we're going to try to do.
Yeah. So regardless, we have a planned trip. I think we're going to wrap this up here pretty soon. We have a planned trip
I've ever done.
Yeah. Which is okay because we've had a blast.
Party time.
We have a planned trip to Delphi, in like 2 weeks. If we find anything right away, like probably, depending on what we find and whatever, I mean, there will be an update within the following like few days, like a live stream. Like, this is what we found. The full video will be out whenever. Well, this is what we found. This is where we're at, and if it is pertinent to the case, we're making it. Searching for answers. I just wrote down. I'm just letting you guys know. This is an update video. We're moving forward. We're telling you what we're gonna do, and we'll get back with you in a month. I just wrote down. You can't see it because my screen's white. Searching for answers. The bridge guy steps. The recreation. That's step one, baby. Let's go to the crime scene. Let's walk in his footsteps. Let's recreate it. Let's recreate it. Let's get the timing. We only have to get the timing across the steps he did, right?
Yep.
Find the average per step and then count how many steps there are. And then, we can get a rough estimate of how long it would have taken him to cross the bridge at that pace.
And then we can even use Snapchat of the video of kind of like they even know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're going to have to get the video of it. Like, someone's going to have the video on their phone. One of us is going to have to stand in that exact spot, walk those steps at the normal speed, like the normal video speed, and then
it's going to be exciting. But
yeah, we need to recreate it. I'm big on the Delphi stuff, man. I mean, we didn't fall off. We have lives. That sounds rude. We have things in our lives that are, keeping us occupied. But I feel like we've hit this thing. Like, we get spurts. We do like 20 adventures and like Delphi content, and then we stop for like a couple months, which I think what we need to do is be more consistent. It's hard to, it's easy to say, hard to do, because life happens, life sucks.
Yeah.
But we try to knock almost everything out in the summer and we get
Yes.
burnt out because the winter, in the past has always been the Delphi content. We're at home. Okay, let's do a podcast. Like, we're not going outside in Sub-Zeros.
Yeah,
No
no,
way,
man.
bro.
No, man. And even if we do go on like an adventure like that, it's kind of like I said, it's just very hard. Now Delphi, like
It's close.
you
Yeah.
said, every year we always do that, whether it's cold or warm or not. But I mean, on top of when it comes to summer and spring and even when fall, we're like, oh man, fall's coming. It's
Yeah. Well,
we're
and
running
I think we're able to do more stuff in fall now because we have a whole other series we're looking at.
Yep.
I think we
and
have
we have
all fall.
suits that are
Yeah.
are capable of doing that.
Yeah, and I think we have a chance now. I think we have all fall to film and prepare the Searching for Answers series. And I would propose releasing all like 4 episodes over the span leading up to the anniversary.
Oh yeah, dude, that'd be perfect.
I would think that would be a viable option. If we could film it all through fall, have time to do more research, have time to do voiceovers, have time to do all the editing, get a hold of people if we're doing any interviews in general. But I think we shoot for throughout the month of January, basically releasing these videos one episode a week. I mean, I'm a big proponent. I'm a big, I think that would be a good use of our time. I mean, we're talking like December, it's holiday season, coming close. So if we can get the filming done sooner, the better. We got a drone, we get great shots, I think we got good plans, man. I think we're on track for sure. What's your thoughts? What's going through your head right now, Michael?
Oh man. Well, one thing that's going through my head is, I love the idea, and I love that the Searching for Answers. When I told you about it, and you're like,
You never told me about it, man.
No, I'm talking about like when you're like, hey man, you said this, you said something like this, and then when
That was
you
an old
back,
podcast.
because when I popped it up, I was like, man, I don't know, because there's times where I come up with ideas, and I'm like, man, that's really good, and then life happens, and then it's like, oh crap,
yeah.
dude,
And I think even outside of that, you have a lot of good ideas, but you get confused. You have so many that you confuse them together. And I try to keep you on track. Uncharted and deep dives. That is my biggest example. You keep saying welcome to Uncharted. I'm like, no, this is deep dives.
Yeah, dude,
There is no history
it's a
involved.
habit.
And it's fine. It's fine, and I don't mind it, but it's stuff like that. Like, it just goes to show how much your brain is going through. You're thinking of all these ideas. Yeah, you're gonna get them mixed up. It's once you have so many good ideas, it almost becomes like you have anxiety. Like this should have been done, but I'm not gonna have time to get it done, so I gotta scratch it. Like,
Yep.
I understand. What I say instead is you toss some of these ideas on the back burner and don't get rid of them. Toss them on the back burner. We pull them up, toast them up. Let's get these ideas. Let's get rocking with them, man. I mean, I think this is a seasonal job the way we run it. During the summer, during the spring, summer, fall, we're hitting all the adventure spots. During the winter, man, we're playing video games, but we could also be doing podcasts like this, man.
That's right, man. And I know we like I said, man, it's we've been you're like, hey man, let's wrap this up. And as we were talking, so real quick before we actually wrap this up, guys, I did kind of want to tell you guys one of the recent ones that I did, and I'm not going to tell you like what I was doing because the first time I went, it was just like a feel for it, but a city or a town.
Drop all the information because this is
okay.
By the way, everybody, this will be episode 1 of a series. Like, I'm just gonna say it because now we have to do it. Okay?
Yeah, we have to.
We have to. This will be episode 1 of a series that we're calling Uncharted. Now, this is a pilot episode. So the way it will work that in my mind is we'll record it, we'll edit it, we'll upload it. There won't be a second episode unless the first episode does good. If the first episode does good, we'll go out like 6 different locations, film them, edit them all, and put them on a schedule. Just like any show on Netflix, or not Netflix, but like any show like on television, you know, you got season 1, you know, they drop a pilot episode, you know, a couple months down the road, here's, you know, weekly episodes, and then season 2 is going to be in 6 more months, you know, whatever. Like that's what I want to do. I want to have a rotation of content, you know. Uncharted season 1, episode 1, I can tell you right now, is going to be Indiana's lost city of Atlantis. Monument City, Michael.
Awesome.
Monument City. Now, we've got a couple ideas of how we're going to do this. I think it's one of those ones that needs to be done within a month, within the next month or a month and a half. Because you know, the more water we get and the colder temperatures get, we're going to have more water sitting there. You know, if there's not enough sun out, it's not enough evaporated. You know, we need deep enough water to swim it, but we need, you know. So anyways, the way it will work, guys, is we have 2 series, Uncharted, Deep Dive. Uncharted will be history related, whatever. Deep Dives is basically our magnet fishing water adventures, excluding the lost city of Atlantis within Indiana.
Yeah, and since you actually oh wait, crap, here we go. Since you actually said that
stuff? Yeah.
Since you actually said that, the name of it, the Lost City of Atlantis, Monument City, you know, that he was telling you about, we've actually even I actually have, man, what in the world? Hang on, sorry about this, guys. I got to get rid of that. So I actually have, from the very first time I went here, a brick that actually belongs to one of what used to be a foundation.
School, right?
Yeah,
it was the school.
I want to say yes, I believe so, but
it could have been the road because it was brick roads back then.
yeah. And
I mean, you take
I actually have
a
it.
town that still exists. Leesburg still got brick roads, man.
Yeah, I actually, when we went recently, and by the way, real quick, I didn't even know this was here until I accidentally stumbled on an article and realized, whoa, that is actually not too far from us. I want to check it out, and went there, and I was like, holy cow, they're one of the bricks here. This is awesome. This is amazing. So we actually have that. So maybe we can, you know, show you guys that at one point in time. But other than that, man, that is all for me. I really appreciate everybody who came on here, was watching us, people who commented, Tristan, you know, you taking your time, you know, out of today, and it was just great, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I had a blast. You know, I think this was a good play for tonight. I mean, we were thinking about just sitting back and playing video games all night, which I'm sure Anthony would have enjoyed because he's antisocial. But I mean, I had a blast. You know, this is good. I think this is a good use of our time, man.
Man.
Yeah, I'm big. I'm big on doing this, you know, once a month, man. And it'd be better if we can get Anthony on the video chat. He'll probably be at his home, you know, in a hoodie, because the kid only wears hoodies.
Yeah, man. Guys, he actually has his own laptop. He could join us if he wants to.
He was scared though.
Yeah, man. He literally goes, guys, I can't. I have to delete my history first.
He goes, I don't want him to see this stuff. I was like, dude, what you got on there that you're so embarrassed for?
Yeah,
goes,
man.
I can't talk about that kind of stuff on YouTube. There's Joe.
All right, what's up? Unfortunately,
we're wrapping it up.
We're actually wrapping it up, man.
We're 2.5 hours in. It's 1:30 a.m. where we live.
Yeah, that's right, man. But hey,
thanks for stopping by. You can feel free once we're done. When you can feel free, you know, it processes. Purple hoodie. You can You can backtrack and you can rewatch the live stream if you wanted. We do appreciate you being here, though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. And real quick.
You good, bro?
Oh yeah, it has.
Yep.
What the heck?
What?
Oh yeah, dude, that's good. Oh gosh. Anthony, he commented, by the way.
Yeah. Anthony, it's a purple hoodie. Yeah, he had an orange one. He went, guys. There is video evidence and photo evidence of Anthony Steinke walking into a lake wearing a hoodie. Okay. To swim. He swam in a hoodie. Like a sweatshirt, like with a hood. Like, fall wear. It's the heat of summer.
Yeah, man.
Get mad, Anthony. Oh, man. Nothing beats it, man.
That's right. Oh yeah, man. All right. That was good, dude. I really enjoyed this podcast. I really did.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it too, man. All right, Joe West says he's close to Delphi, Indiana. How close we talking? Because we 45 minutes out. You good, man? Oh no, Michael, you can't put that on.
That was Anthony, bro. That wasn't me.
Oh, Anthony, that is unacceptable, man.
Oh, he's definitely gonna have to pay for a strike on that one.
I did not pet him.
Okay, but I am close to Delphi.
He was 5 miles. This is 5 miles.
Oh wow, man, that's really great. I kind of wish you joined us earlier.
Well, let's tell him this. Hey, if you're over the age of 18, because we do not support any minor talking to adult that you met on the internet, Anthony. If you're in the area, we're planning on a trip the 18th. If you want to meet us there, we'll be there in the AM. We'll know what time. We'll post a video at least the day before. And if you want to meet up with us, and we have a plan, we're searching the river. So we're gonna walk the river, see if there's anything in there, whatnot. 54. Okay, he's 54. He's older. Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Because Anthony over here talks to some younger people. And that's no bueno.
No
As his people would
bueno.
say. Bueno.
Bueno. I can't pronounce that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
dude,
Anthony's people
I was
would
getting ready to
say.
say something, but then I was like, crap, man, I'm live. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Michael, you already screwed us. You put down the word porn at the bottom of the screen, man.
Oh, yeah. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. But all right, man. This is
That is not Anthony. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we have texts.
this is Wide Adventures of Michael. This is T-Pass, yo, boy, Tommy girl.
Yep.
And
Anthony
I'm
was
out.
on here earlier. I don't know why he didn't stick in the party. He's been in the chat the whole time. He should have stayed. Whatever,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Good night. Thanks
Good
for
night,
being.
ladies and
Thanks for
gentlemen.
being
Thanks
here.
for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Wide Adventures of Michael.
Oh yeah.